Oh, yeah. I'm sweating running around. What happened? These nuts. That's what happened.
You're listening to Govs Radio. Internet radio versus whatever that alien shit is. Whose idea was this anyway?
This is the word Mikey P, GovsRadio.com. Yes, that's a new take. Stop. All right, I get it. Stop texting me. So if you guys were not watching the GovsRadio.com feed or the Instagram live feed, in the middle of it went out. So that's one of the cool things, the good thing about the internet. It actually captured and documented the moment where the power went out in the entire station. And in fact, the entire block. We went outside and took a look around. Half the parking lot was out. The cow deli next door was out. It was a mess. But due to the powers that be, and thank God it was me that was the one here. Can you imagine any other show dealing with what I just had to deal with? I'd be on a remote computer logging in and doing all sorts of crazy shit with them. And, well, we're back. And I don't even know where we were. So that's why I said, like, when we go to take phone calls or anything else, the shit that goes on sometimes is crazy. So talking. I know Tim was talking to us about some of the logistics and stuff that was going on between the 3-tier system. We got a little past that. And then you just shared so much shit that I heard as I was running around.
The show.
Like, so much. You guys just continued the show without
barrel porn.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Let's take one step back really quick since we just kind of threw you in. Let's get the history of Sigla. Okay. Oh my God. Hold on. All right. So the phone, did I hit it twice? I didn't. It is the word with Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark from Hopscotch. What's going on, buddy?
What's up? Do you guys have electric?
We do have electric now. That's how you're talking to us on our internet phones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, is it awesome, Mark? I appreciate it, but God damn it, that sucks.
Streaming while that happened.
Yeah, I know. We were. Did anything capture on GovsRadio.com? Did anybody see like the last bit of just the lights going out, or just cut off?
I was watching it on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's perfect because that's where we were. I dropped the phone 4 times. Couldn't get the shit set up.
That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, your cracked screen is real funny, Mark. Thanks. Mark, now that I have you on the phone, I do want to officially invite you to be my co-host at the LI Craft Classic, August 10th. If you're still available, I'd love to have you down and be at the table with me and talk to some of the brewers and everyone that's going to be down there. What do you say?
Awesome.
Woo! I'll take that as a.
Be there.
There you go. I'll take that as a yes. Boom. And then you and me and Graz. So can you imagine 2 different people?
Yeah, I know.
The opposite types of people. Mark and Graz. It's going to be me like air traffic controlling Graz while I get Mark to.
No such thing.
Nah, that might be true.
Oh, he's beating me up.
Oh no. He's all talk when it comes down to it, and then he'll come in and hug you and love you and promote the shit out of your bottle shop. So
Long Island's only bottle shop.
Yeah, that's correct. So Mark, we were down there for the opening. And so has it been going so far? You know what I did see, I'll throw this out there, that your 3rd-tier membership, your year-long membership, is sold out. So tell us a little bit how that whole program is going.
Yeah, so we had 3 memberships up. The brewer, which was actually the first one we put out when we opened. I didn't have the other 2, like, in terms of, I guess, logistics, what I wanted to do.
Right.
So we got 3 memberships, 3 tiers. There are 3 different prices based on people's drinking ability and as well as what they can afford. So our first membership is the server. Whoever's buying it, they get a 32-ounce growler as well as a 32-ounce fill each month, and then 5% off of all of their purchases throughout the year. Our second one is the apprentice. It's a 64-ounce growler fill with a 64-ounce growler each month for a year. They also get 10% off all their purchases and as well as a T-shirt. And then the brewer, that's the one that sold out. It sold out pretty fast because they get 64-ounce growler fill plus a 4-pack each month, 10% off all the purchases, and as well as our Harmony glass.
That's a hell of a deal. By the way, that noise is, I'm not pleasuring myself. I'm actually getting pleasure to my face from this. I guess
this isn't getting any better.
Wireless
So
fan. It's a what do they call it? A bladeless fan. And I was just running around. I'm starting to sweat through my back shirt, so I'm just throwing it on me really
Flop
quick.
sweats.
Yeah, a
I'm
little
still
bit.
trying to figure out pleasure to my face.
Yeah, put pleasure in my face.
Doing any
Mark.
yourself any favors?
It's fine. I've already opened my entire closet door and emptied it out onto the floor in this show. so I'm not worried about it. Mark, so what are you looking forward to in the next few months for the shop? We got some new things rolling out, events, stuff happening?
Yep. This week we're going to be doing our first workshop, Beer 101.
Ooh,
So
very cool.
It'll include a little bit of history on beer, how to make how it's made, a little bit of the styles. We'll be doing a tasting as well with that. People will have the option to do a flight. The following week, I believe.
Time out. I got to stop you there. An option?
Yeah, it's an option. So the workshop is free. Anybody can come, and if they want to just get fill a glass and they just want to hang out and listen, they're more than welcome.
Okay, I was going to say, like, you could get a flight, but you don't have to. Well, who's not going to get a fucking flight?
Everyone's getting a
yes,
flight.
I'll take a flight.
Of course.
Has anyone seen your board lately? I'll take 3 of the triples, and then I'll top it off with, like, the goes at the back end there.
Oh, yeah.
Simmer it down at the back end.
This weekend's, I don't know if you guys can hear my baby in the background.
Yes. So you guys know, when Mark opened his shop, what was the opening date? We were there.
We opened up June 27th was the opening day.
And when was your baby born?
June 7th.
Yep. Opens a bottle
Yeah, it was-
shop and has a child at the same time. Nothing easier, right?
That all happened at once. It was
Yeah.
good, though. He's been awesome. He's been hanging out there almost every day. Every day I'm there.
I know. Well, last time I was in there getting one of the taphandle.com adapters up on you, your wife brought in the what's his name again?
Cameron.
Cameron, that's right. I knew that. Brought in
Yeah.
Cameron and was walking around the shop, and, he's becoming a little a shop baby. Some
Yeah,
people have
Shop dogs.
brewery dogs. Other people have shop babies.
That's it.
And you said you're having the workshop. What else do you have coming up on the calendar?
So we have a grand opening is going to be, didn't announce it yet, but now I'm announcing. Grand
There it
opening
is.
will be the 22nd, August 22nd.
Mm.
So we'll have an official ribbon cutting with the town.
You get the
And then
mayor
we're gonna
down
have
there
some
and all
live-
that good stuff.
Yeah.
The what do you
We'll
call it?
have some live
Super
music, some drink specials. So I
Nice.
hope anybody who's listening right now, definitely come down on the 22nd. It's a
August
Thursday night.
22nd.
Yep.
What do we got going? What's on the calendar, Pete?
I'm checking now.
Yeah, Pete and I don't share a calendar, but he's going to check his and I'll check mine, and we'll be down there.
We share so much more.
Love
That's
that.
kind of scary. That's more
And
than
the
everyone.
The same weekend,
Uh-huh.
we're doing a bend and brew, so we're doing a yoga workshop.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Nice.
Sunday,
It's a hard pass for me, obviously.
which will also have to do with.
I don't think Pete can bend all that much.
I think we all know. It's just not happening.
That blue side of it
If we do
down
the
there.
drink
Yeah,
first,
yeah. Well, you know what? He's right. Maybe you liquor up a little bit, and that'll get you a little looser, and you can kind of touch your toes.
I don't think anyone wants that.
Son of a bitch. I just imagine. I'm going to be honest with you, Mark. I just imagine all yoga just being just fart boxes. I'm sorry, just a
That's
big
hot
room.
yoga. Very different.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's hotness. I just all in general, just loosening up your whole body. I do that in the morning when I sit on the couch. I can't tell you what comes out. It's terrible. But I mean, all the power to you. There's lots of things on the ground, like for instance at the breweries that you guys do. So do you guys have events planned and are going on at the brewery right now, similar to that kind of thing?
We actually do. We I can speak to. If anybody's in Kentucky, come down and join us. We
Ooh.
generally do music every weekend.
Okay.
We've got a great taproom manager that schedules all the music. I've got an amazing digital director that gets those. So if anybody's seen our Instagram,
Right.
Mia has actually set this entire thing up for us. So big shout out to her from actually putting this entire thing together.
You want to give her a name?
Mia Canitas.
There you go.
Yep, look for Mia.
Sounds like something you get when you go to a rave too late at night, but it's fine.
Yeah, in fact, the reason we're here, she says it was a mistake, but I think it was actually purposeful.
Okay.
Yeah, she-
Yeah. Oh, she was the one that
Yeah, she's the one.
I said all the things.
Thanks, Mia.
Invited you all down
Mia,
to
you're the
Kentucky.
best.
Yeah, I love the email I got back from her. She goes, "Hey, I think I might have had the wrong guys." I got an email back. We would love to come, but you're in Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're on Long Island.
Yeah, so no, we got some great things coming up. It's getting into fall. Oktoberfest is coming up. I will make one announcement since we're live again. Big announcement.
Oh, hold on. Let me get the. Go ahead.
Get the sound effects going.
There you
we
go. Big announcement.
Big
That's what I
announcement. We just booked the Nappy Roots for Oktoberfest. in
Ooh,
Frankfort,
Nappy
Kentucky.
Roots.
Yeah,
like the
so
Navy roots.
they're good friends of our brewmaster. I'm saying good friends loosely. They're friends of my brewmaster, Dylan.
They smoked with them once. That's pretty much it.
There you go.
They were sitting around and going, bro, I play music. Bro, I have a brewery. All right.
There was a connection.
Yes, there's somewhere in there.
Solid connection.
I just had to put the pieces together. It's not
So
easy.
they're going to come down and brew with us for Oktoberfest.
That's pretty
and
cool.
Got all this on the train out here.
Get
So,
out of here.
no kidding.
That's awesome.
We got to confirm. So yeah, we're doing a beer with Dylan.
Now, do you have like an outside venue where you could set up a stage, or what's the plan for where they're going to perform?
Because we have a city, so we're shutting down part of the city.
Okay, a
Yeah.
city,
It's,
right?
well, no, it's when I say city, Frankfurt is very it's city loose.
Right. It's a city in the south.
It's a city.
We know what
It's like shutting down. It's a street fair up here.
Okay, yeah.
So we're gonna shut. We're gonna shut down the streets.
Alive
but
after 5, we call it up here.
kind of, yeah.
Islandia.
That's exactly it. We call it, pretty much, inconveniencing everybody downtown. And luckily, we've got space where we are. So the new brewery is across the street from the old brewery, which happens to now be sitting underneath the State Transportation Center.
Right.
And we can get into that later, but we got space for it. So
All right. Well, that's good.
anybody traveling to Kentucky on September 28th, come down.
You're going to get a good crowd for that. That's a big
We
name.
should. We're pairing it with a beer festival as well. So we're hoping to
You're going to get a definitely crowd.
get about
for that.
25 breweries yet to be named. But when we talked about the breweries that don't have distributorships,
Right.
that's what we're hitting.
Okay.
So getting the guys that really just have
It's a
the
good
tap
opportunity
room.
They
for
need
them.
it. They need the
It
name
is.
out
They
there.
need the name
Yeah.
out there. They're making great product that no one outside of their kind of local following. We want to get that out to everybody. And
That's
plus,
great.
Quite frankly, I find it more fun that way.
Yeah. I mean, Paul, up here we have those like
Hey,
Punktoberfest.
Paul, you want to come down?
Yeah. I've been jonesing to get back to Kentucky since like 2006
See?
when I was on tour with my band.
Yeah.
so.
We just talked about this. This
Yeah.
is a perfect, perfect reason to get you down to Kentucky.
Hey, babe, want to go to Kentucky in September?
I was down in 2015 and 2017. I do Skills USA, so they have a week down there where they're competing at the convention center. I go down with the winners and compete with a team from up here in audio production, and they compete against the rest of the teams from the entire country. It's pretty fun.
Were you in Louisville or Lexington?
Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah. You say it differently. I say Louisville. You Louisville.
We'll forgive you.
Yes,
it's
I know.
It's the Louisville we actually have to fight.
Oh
about.
boy. I've been to a lot of the points of against the grain at the Bats Stadium, which was really
guys.
freaking cool, and then Angel Envy, which is
Right down the street.
across the street. You can see the stills from the stadium, which is very cool. We went to downtown area. They, like you said, it's a street fair, even though that's actually a city. They just shut down the whole, that
That's Market
central
Street,
area.
central area, all the down. New
Very
Loop,
cool, very
yeah.
cool. It's definitely cool to be in different places and have, like for instance, I've been in New Jersey, been in Connecticut, Massachusetts, the Northeast. That's one thing. When you go to a craft brewery, it kind of feels relatively Trillium, all the Treehouse, all those things. When you go to some place that's very foreign to you, like Louisville, which to me I've never been to, it's very strange because you feel almost at home once you walk into that brewery. It feels very familiar, as opposed to that street fair or the Bat Stadium. You go in there and you're like, oh, I'm very familiar with this setting. I like being here. Give me beer. Thank you very much. Which is very cool. And I think having those independent, non-independent, non-distributing breweries there to get the word out definitely helps the entire cause across the state and across the nation. I think that's one of the big things we can come together as not as a brewer for me, but as a brewer for you guys, is that commonplace. You always feel like you're home, no matter what brewery you go to. You know everything. I know what that is, and you're looking at the equipment or you're looking at the feel and all that good stuff. So very cool.
I appreciate it, man.
And Graz is gonna yell at me for talking so much.
Mark,
Yes.
what's going on at the tap room? The tap room.
Tap room? Well, there's a
bottle
tap room.
shop. What's going on at Hopscotch this weekend, Mark?
Anything
I
big
can hardly
happening?
hear you guys, actually.
Oh, sorry. I pulled you down a little bit just because your baby started crying. We trying to talk over Cameron is a little much. But go ahead. Anything coming up
sorry.
this
What'd you
weekend?
say?
Yeah, anything going on this weekend? Any events? Anything special coming on tap or in
this
stock?
Weekend, no, we just got Thursday. We're going to be doing the Beer 101. That's the highlight of the weekend. We're actually
Oh, it's this Thursday
on-
coming up.
Nightmare is going on tap Thursday.
Billy's such great people.
Oh, my God.
And then we'll be
man.
promptly
Triple
gone
IPA.
Sunday afternoon. Is that?
Very quickly. Can I just say that you guys are like two peas in a pod?
What?
Just
Who?
you and Billy. You really are. I saw a couple collabs you were a part of back when he was with Sand City, and then of course you at Brick House. I don't know. I just felt like that vibe was there. You guys probably connected on that level, musicianship, music level, all those good things.
Oh yeah, like we especially lately.
Art.
Actually, when I was bringing my my mom in to show her the new brewery, walk into the building and Billy is there with his mom.
Yeah, I saw the
kind of
picture.
can release.
Get out of here!
And
you should have taken mom's pictures, both of you.
And it was funny too because everyone's like, "Oh, are you guys brothers or whatever?" and I was sitting there like telling my mom a story over at brunch, and I brought up Billy just about how two people in similar boats like starting their own thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we run into Billy and his mom, and he's like, "Wait, like you're taking this over for what?" And like gushes for like about a minute and a half. Like I couldn't have written a better like piece. Like have somebody say in front of my mom, and afterwards it's like, "Dude, you made me look really awesome in front of my mom."
She was so impressed. She's so proud of her boy today.
No, I love that dude, and I'm very much looking forward to getting to collaborate with him. Like,
Did you hear anything about him setting up his own space, or is he going to stay nomadic?
I think, and I'm not trying to.
He
speak for
went
him,
to California looking. I know.
No, I think he wants to stay nomadic. As far as I know, that's really like that whole gypsy brewing thing. That's really where his heart is at.
Yeah.
Like going to this brewery, like brewing some crazy ass beer that's gonna work really well in their system because they have X, Y, Z. I think that's really a huge part of his business model. I haven't heard him say anything different. But
Mark, which one you getting from Nightmare? Do you know?
It starts with the M. It was just released the other week.
Is it the quadruple, or are you doing the Goza?
No, it's a quadruple.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That'll get you drunk.
I want to say it's Macarena, but it's totally not Macarena.
I don't think it's. I don't. Yeah, I don't think so.
I have not had a chance to get that can yet, but
I tell you, I drank his Flate. It was outstanding.
oh yeah, everything he does, it's
Matricide. Speaking of mothers. Nope, that's a stout. Never mind.
So, by the way, anyone who's watching on Facebook basically saw a logo in front of our faces the whole time because that never came down after the power went out. So now that the logo's down, everyone can see everyone's fun faces. Facebook Live, take a look at Billy. See? Now you take a look at Paulie from Ghosts. We got Tim from Sig Lusher here. Waves to the camera. And then we got Mike from Two Big Jerks Beef Jerky. And Dana's here, also one of the jerks. Sorry, I have to say that.
No, it's accurate.
Yes, Mark, you're still on there, right?
Yep, still there. Love.
All right, Mark. So I'm not going to hang up on you, but we got someone else on the phone. So who do we got on the phone right now?
Michael,
What?
hang up the. Would you take the Wort fucking logo down from?
All right, we'll see you later, Grass.
Yeah, I took the Wort logo down. It's 2 minutes too late. He doesn't, buddy. You don't have to call in and tell me that. Just text me like you did, and it takes me a minute to see everything on the text because I'm too busy doing a radio show. I apologize. Let's quickly. I don't want to touch Mike, but
I mean,
let's
if you
touch on
wanted.
Mike's.
Dana might object, but
Let's touch on Mike's products
Yeah,
as I
Mark,
went through it.
I'll see you this weekend.
Talk
point out, when
I'll
the
talk
light
to
went
you.
off, it got a little
I have
weird.
your phone number. I'm gonna give you a text a little later and talk to you a little about the details for August 10th.
Yes, good talking to all of you guys. Thank you, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, buddy.
care.
Thanks for calling in, Mark.
Later. I didn't forget about him on the phone, just by the way. I'm just saying, he's going to stay on the phone all night. What's he going to do? Feed the baby? Look at the baby? Look at the baby? All right, that's fine. Judging. So, Mark, the Hopscotch Bottle Shop in Deer Park, Long Island, and that is a great transition because we heard about...
Purveyor of beer, fine beer and provisions.
Provisions is the key for me.
Yes. And you provide the beef jerky for the shop. And
Let's talk meat.
We're
Brought a large bag of meat.
Yes. So we first heard about you. I definitely heard about you in one of the beer fests. I don't remember which one in the last year or so.
All right.
But I think I grabbed a bag and went, wow. Oh, no, it was Nassau Coliseum.
Yes.
You were at the Nassau Coliseum?
Nope. That wasn't us.
That
Maybe
was not him.
Punktoberfest?
No. Newsday Oktoberfest?
Blue Point?
Nope. It was before that then. So we definitely heard about you. You're right. I thought it was. We didn't get turkey that day. Now that I think about it,
I don't know.
that doesn't matter.
That day's a bit blurry.
Little bit of blurring. Little bit of blurring.
I know. 2 sessions?
Were you pre-gaming in the parking lot?
I did get a beer before noon, which always makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's a good day if I can drink before noon.
So we've had a bunch of the stuff that Mark brought in on one of his first shows.
Yeah, Mark's
he came through with a couple of different flavors and some cheese and some homemade baked bread that he does, which was ridiculous. And so as part of that, we had a whole bunch of stuff hitting our palates with a lot of the beer they brought, and that really stood out. Again, for me, the one that really stood out was candied bacon, that barbecue.
Of course it does.
We have 3 bacons. We have a maple bacon, which is super sweet. We have a barbecue bacon, which is
talk
like
bacon
sweet
to me.
and smoky, and then we have a spicy sriracha bacon.
Okay.
So just process question, because I enjoy cooking when I have spare time.
Okay.
How does one make bacon jerky? Is it
marinates and slow cooks over time.
And then just dehydrates into
and
fucking deliciousness.
And that's it. That's all it does. Makes it into its little pictures of perfection. So yeah, we do that. We do chicken and we do beef.
Let's try some.
Chicken
Let's
jerky?
try some. Chicken. We got buffalo wing chicken and honey barbecue chicken.
Oh boy, I like buffalo chicken. Buffalo chicken's delicious. Now, could you dip it in
That's what I do.
ranch or blue cheese?
I sit myself with a beer in my lap, no shirt on whatsoever, in my lazy boy chair, and I dip my blazing buffalo jerky into ranch.
Jesus Christ! I would need probably a coronary directly after all of that deliciousness. I ate the whole. By the way, I ate a. I'm gonna say
Thank you.
crap. I'm gonna
little
say
spicy.
about
It's like a
at least
medium
half the
chicken wing.
bag that night. The
Okay.
first night I had it, and I went, "Oh my God, I got to stop doing this." I started feeling
Oh, just take the whole thing.
the good. Don't get out of here.
It's a great flavor, Mike.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. That candy one. Let's see what we got here.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's the Word with Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
I'm on the phone. You on the phone with Dennis Murphy, guys?
Hey, Dennis Murphy. How are you, buddy?
I'm not bad. How you been, guys?
Dennis, I got a question for you. So did you see the power go out here at the studio?
Nope.
All
I
right.
missed that part.
Did you miss us on Facebook? I guess at that point.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So we're back up on Facebook. Can you hear us? Like, if you're watching right now on Facebook, can you hear the audio?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You go find out, I bet you.
Yeah, do me a favor. Just click up on the Facebook page and make sure it's not muted, because apparently, because I had music running in between when we, I guess, ran out of power, or the power went out, and then I had to restart. The music killed us on copyright. Another reason why I just love Facebook. They're the best. They'll stop your stream in mid broadcast because you popped on 5 seconds of music. They're awesome.
Oh, yeah, they are.
What does it say? Does it say muted?
I don't know. Hold a second.
Oh, you're the best, Dennis. Thanks. Well, I know we're streaming live on our website, govsradio.com. So, wow, this is just delicious, by the way. It's spicy. It's going to go well with this Pilsner.
It does. That Pilsner will go very good, I think, with a mango habanero.
Ooh. Tell me a little bit about that.
That is...
Wait, did you ask him about how this is all created and made? She just throws bags of meat on the desk. That's great. You're like, take this another bag of meat.
It marinates. And then it
Marinates?
slow cooks until it's fucking delicious.
All right.
This one
Question asked.
Very
Question answered.
scientific.
This
Yes.
is the mango habanero. It starts off sweet.
Yeah.
Right? You chew it. The habanero kicks in.
Okay.
But what's nice about this one is it's spicy. People like, but the spicy goes away pretty quick.
Oh, so it's
It
a
don't-
quick,
it-
like,
it doesn't
boom,
stick
and
around all
comes
day.
back on you. Okay.
It'll hit you, let you know it's there, but
Dennis, have you ever had Two Big Jerks beef jerky?
Nope, never.
Dennis, have you had beef jerky before?
Yes, I did. Too
All right.
salty.
So it is salty. Yes, you're right.
This stuff's not salty, Dennis.
No, this is some spice,
No,
some
No,
candy.
we made sure with our guy we got the sodium super low.
Yeah, and the fact that you're still getting that flavor of what it is, as opposed to just over the wow, it just looks like crumbles of deliciousness in here.
Yeah, that's
Is this
all,
bacon or is this still chicken?
That's beef.
That's beef. Okay, I
That's
like
beef.
beef.
That's a brisket cut, so it's nice and tender.
Dennis, if you had to eat beef jerky, what would you go to the store and buy right now?
I will not buy beef jerky. It's nasty. Number one, it's too salty.
Okay. No, that's an honest answer. Dennis, I'm going to ask
the
you.
good stuff.
Here's the deal. I'm going to try to save some of this for you. Do me a favor. Go on our Instagram page. Go into the Wort a podcast, and DM us. Do you know how to DM people on Instagram?
Yes, I have Instagram, but my Wi-Fi sucks. So why don't you get me, guys?
All right. So no, when you get into a place where your Wi-Fi is better, or when you get 3G, 4G, 5G, whatever it is, do me a favor. DM us, and I will send you a bag of the deliciousness that I have here, and you will absolutely turn your page on that salty, sodium-rich beef jerky. This is totally different.
Is it good?
Very good indeed.
It's really good.
I'm glad you warned us on that. The heat.
That
how it
mango
seasoned,
one
because
is
if it
fucking
didn't,
spicy.
I would have taken that second bite
Yep.
just as it was kicking
It
in.
jumps
But
up and
not-
lets you know it's there.
It's
Sure
super
does.
tasty though.
Mike,
it's all
what
it's
is-
all flavor. It's not like just a senseless heat. You know,
Yeah,
it's
spices on this are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what is
It's-
that one flavor on this one? That's
It's the sweet of the mango,
Okay.
which then turns and morphs into the spicy with the habaneros.
so like some. Is it lime? Is there some?
There's
lime in
a
this?
little bit of citrus to it,
All
but
right.
it's mostly the mango.
Now, do you make like the was it a rub to start, or how does that all the process go with that?
As far as what?
Well, you're curing the meat, slow
Well,
cooking it with the
it's-
spices on it.
It
or?
marinates. The meat marinates.
Okay.
Over, depending on the recipe, could be a day, could be 2 days,
Okay,
and then after that, just slow cooks
another bag of meat.
and just dehydrates and goes along.
And like, what temperature are you working with this? Is it
Usually dehydrate about 165.
oh wow.
Yeah,
And
it's-
how long? Like 8 to 12?
Again, depending on the recipe. A lot of
Yeah.
the drier recipes dry out quicker.
No, I would say that
But
the
like
chicken
saucy
ones are probably
like
faster.
The barbecue, the bacon
That's
takes
gonna
a
take like a
while
day
longer.
or so, right? I would-
But it's
And you have a
You can go anywhere from
commercial
18 to
size
25
smoker,
hours.
right? You have
Wow.
like
it's all big dehydrators. It's
Oh,
all
okay,
big
all right.
dehydrators.
All right.
So, but
wow.
it's just how it goes.
Dennis Murphy, what's your favorite food over there? Like if you had to
My
if you had to pick one food, what would you choose?
My favorite food has to be veal parmesan.
Veal
That's
parmesan.
an interesting answer.
Dennis Murphy, are you Italian at all?
Yes, I am.
All right, so the last name kind of fooled me a little bit, but you came around like a true Long Islander and said I'm a mutt of many different places and things. So you would take veal parmesan on a desert island, and basically that's all you would have to eat for the rest of your life. You're good with that?
Oh, yes.
All right. See, oh yeah. See, now I would say I'm going to take the barbecue bacon jerky with me. What the fuck does that? That says sweet piggy.
This is sweet piggy maple brown sugar bacon.
Maple brown sugar bacon. Can
Yeah,
you
it's
imagine?
like- we need to open that.
Well, Dennis, do you like bacon?
Yes, I do.
You are going to love all of this bacon. I'm going to send you something. Seriously, dude.
It's
DM
bacon
us.
and candy all in one shot.
The Wort, Mike and Pete, or
Over
the
the
Wort, a
top sweet.
podcast. You can, search either one on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just message us, dude. And I will send you a whole bag of this beef jerky to you, and I will change your life forever.
What kind of beef jerky is it? Pretty good?
Yeah, man. Bacon. Bacon, chicken, beef.
Wow, I never heard that one before.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to give you guys what got my Instagram. It's easy for you
Go ahead.
guys.
Go ahead. Shoot it out there.
Dennis Murphy,
Yep.
453.
What does the 453 mean?
Who's
That's
452?
his number. that's my Instagram picture.
Okay. Dennis Murphy,
454 is a
45
fraud.
Yeah. Do not use 452 or 454. Dennis Murphy is 453, and don't ever forget it. Now, Dennis, you have two N's in your name?
Very good.
Yes.
Okay. Dennis Murphy. Is
All
it-
together.
What?
All together.
Oh, no, I heard you. 453. Gotcha, buddy.
Got it?
I got it. So I just started following you, and you're going to get a notification
Gotcha.
on your phone. And now
Got
I
it.
want you to DM me just to make sure that we have your connection made. And then I'm going to get your address, and I'm literally going to mail you one of these 3 different types of bacon jerky.
Good.
Excellent. All right, Dennis, thanks a lot for calling. Appreciate your time. Anything else to
Yeah.
say? Any shout-outs to make?
Yes. I want to give a shout out to my Limo Talk, the ones in the morning, and also Dan Milano. And also I want to give a shout out to my best friend, Dante, and also Nico's mother.
Okay, you got it. You shouted it out, buddy.
Have a good night,
Thank
Dennis. Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Here's your thanks.
All right, later. This is the Word, Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Phone number 516-465-3990, 513-0515. If you are a caller that would want to win 2 tickets to the Long Island Craft Classic at Hester State Park August 10th, give us a call, and we're going to ask you a couple of little questions here. Actually, the first 2 callers, Graz and Mark, just found out tonight that they're coming to co-host with me.
There you go.
So I don't think
If you want to
Dennis-
co-host the Long Island Craft Classic with
wait.
Mike, Graz, and Mark,
You know, you're not going to co-host shit. That's it. I'm at the max tickets for co-hosting. But
Well, when
yes,
you guys get hungry, make sure you stop by the jerky tent.
absolutely. No, you're going to come on. You're going to come over and
We'll
hang
be
out
there.
for a little bit.
We'll be there.
So just give us a call, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. Pete, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's that Pilsner matching up with that bacon?
Well,
Sexy.
I mean,
Yeah.
jerky plus anything is great.
Yeah, I know.
The Pilsner is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there. Like, what's the malt bill for this?
You're asking the wrong question.
Oh, right.
the wrong person to ask that question.
Okay.
That's a Dylan question. Actually, I can tell you a little bit about it. This is a Swiss style Pilsner. Not many people know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Wait. Let's quiz Paul here. Paul?
I do not know what that is.
Fucking balls. How do you expect us to know what it is if Paul doesn't even know what it is?
I'll have to look at the color.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's true. There you go.
there technically is not a Swiss style Pilsner because there's some legal agreement with Czechoslovakia.
Oh.
But there is a Swiss Pilsner. It's not as hoppy.
Something like a Czechvar.
Yeah, so
in that
it's
world.
in between that. So the
Okay.
Germans are a little sweet. So the Bohemians or the Bavarians, I get this right. Bavarians have the malty to them.
Okay.
The Bohemians have the more hoppy to them. The Czechvar, the Pil Circle.
Okay.
We're right in between. So what you're trying to get, we do use a Swiss yeast in it.
Right.
So you're getting that kind of sweetness of the malt right in the front
Right.
of the tongue, a little lemon in the back.
Okay.
Because we do mix we do actually mix American and German hops.
Right.
For this one, and use a Swiss yeast.
Hey, this is the word Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. Who do we get on the phone?
Thank you.
It's Priscilla. Hi.
Hi, who is this?
Priscilla.
How's it going, Priscilla?
Is it Priscilla?
Francilla, like Francesca.
Oh,
mixed with the Priscilla.
okay. How are you? Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from Elmont, New York.
Elmont. Oh, nice. Okay. And so how'd you hear about the podcast today? Or really the radio show? I called the podcast because that's what happens after we're done here live. But we're live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our website, govsradio.com. So how'd you stumble upon us in your intertube trekking?
Actually, I'm a big fan of Limo Tour with Raz.
Limo tour with Raz. Wait a second. Is this Raz's son?
No, I'm a girl.
Oh, you're a girl. Okay. All right. You sound like you could be a young boy. I apologize for that.
I'm okay with that because my age, I'll take
Especially
it.
over the phone. I apologize, Francilla.
Raz, no worries.
Okay. So how do you know about Graz's limo talk?
Cubsradio.com.
Yes, that's our radio station. That wasn't the question. The question was, how do you know about Graz's limo talk?
Oh, he drives me.
Oh, he's driving you now.
No. He drives me.
No. He's in the car with you. He's in the front seat driving you. I know how this works, and he's trying to get. All right. So where are you coming from? You coming from the airport, or where are you? What are you doing?
I'm going home from work.
Okay. Work abroad. Work locally. You just getting to and from Manhattan out to Elmont. Okay, not a bad drive. That's a very quick one.
How did you ask her how fucking Bronx?
And how did I know?
Please.
She wants to go.
Listen, if I give you the tickets, Francilla, made up name. If I give you the tickets,
Hold on. Important question. Are you over 21?
Yes, that's the first one.
And are you okay?
I think that's more appropriate.
Blink once for yes.
No.
Make sure those car doors aren't locked from the outside.
If everything's okay, say rhinoceros.
My birthday's August 11th, so that would be the best birthday present ever.
August 11th, what year?
Yeah, it's a very important question.
What?
Are you over 21, Fran?
Yeah, I'm 23.
Okay, good. All right,
Good
so that's
enough.
fine. No, it's good enough. If we give you these tickets, and I'm going to have to ask.
We need my social.
Give me the phone.
No. Don't give him the phone. Don't give him the phone. Don't give him the phone.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on to the phone.
I'm serious now. What do you want, a fucking social security number?
No,
The girl's
listen, I
23
told
years old.
every.
We got to make sure.
Would
Okay,
I have a minor call
Well,
your
she
show?
wouldn't really.
Yeah, I think you might let a minor call the show.
Knowing you, Graz, yes. I did you check her ID? Because I'm not.
She's 23. She's married.
All right, that's fine. I don't care if she's married. Listen.
She's a legitimate fucking caller.
All right,
all right.
Franny, I got two questions for you. All right, no. Did you give it back to Franny? Are you on the phone now?
Yeah,
Are you on
yeah,
speaker?
I'm here.
Don't go on speaker.
We're on speaker. Shut it.
God damn it. Franny, you cannot get any cues from Anthony for a moment. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
First of all, what is your favorite style of beer?
IPA and orange.
Okay.
Or pineapple.
Orange, pineapple, or flavors. Not really a style, but I did like the fact you said IPA, so you passed question number 1.
Very low bar.
Very low bar. That was it.
I'm going through the tunnel.
Okay, all right. Question number 2. Name one brewery in Suffolk County.
1940.
All right, so you got it. And that was...
That
And
was
you know what?
definitely clued by Graz.
It was 100% clued by Graz because the head brew guy, Charlie, is
Owner.
Anthony's owner.
Owner,
head-
operator.
Everything. Just the
Charlie
one-man band.
Becker.
Good people.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
My father.
I mean, yeah. It's Graz's father, adopted father, apparently, now. And we appreciate that. So listen, Francilla, here's what I need you to do. Here's how you're going to win the tickets. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so you have to be on Instagram. Are you on Instagram?
I am on it.
Of course, you're 23. So here's the I was getting there, I know. Here's the setup. You need to first follow us. It's the Wort a podcast.
Oh, it's a fucking.
Anthony can help you to a point, but not all the way, because he doesn't know past that what to do. Then you need to, you know what a DM is, correct?
She's 23, right?
No. You need to DM us under your username. What's your username?
Francilla.
Okay. So I should see a DM, a message, direct message from you to us saying hello. That's what I'd like you to do to win the tickets. If you can do that and pull that off by the end of the show, we will send you back a DM saying you are the winner, and then I will get your personal information and get you set up to have 2 free tickets at the Long Island Craft Classic, August 10th at Heckscher State Park.
Yay!
There you go. And you can thank Anthony Graz
that is
today
smooth.
all the way to Elmont the entire time for hooking you up.
Those orange pineapple IPAs.
Yes.
All right, can we
Listen,
take a quick break to get the air conditioner working?
Oh, my God. I got it. Listen, you can, Fran, whatever the hell your name is, Francilla with an illa.
If you see duct tape, run.
Does he have a little bottle of, it starts with a C, it says chloroform?
If he asks you to smell a handkerchief, run.
So thank him for all his help in getting you the tickets. And also, when you come down to the Craft Classic, after we've set this all up, I'd like you to come on air with us and talk to us about your event that happened tonight.
I definitely will.
We'll bring a doll and can show us on the doll where he touched you.
If you cut your way out of that carpet.
Can I give the phone to Anthony?
Yes, you can give the phone to Anthony for a minute.
Pete, if you ever rush me off the phone again, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Hey.
All right, we'll talk to you later,
Are
guys.
you still on speaker?
I'm still on speak.
All right, you coming into the studio?
I'm on my way in. If you guys would stop talking.
Right, you're in Elmont. I got it.
I'm going to. She's going to Hempstead tonight.
Ah, okay. All right, so will you get down here when you get down here? The power went out in mid-broadcast, 40 minutes in.
That's God's way of saying this show sucks.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Very true.
That's fair.
We have more people watching right now than we did prior to it, so I'm good with that.
We have food.
We have beef jerky and we have beer. So what better way to say
chicken
hello?
jerky and bacon jerky.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bacon jerky.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. The ingredients are bacon, maple syrup, brown sugar, and honey.
The bacon's
That's
almost
all you
gone
need to
though,
know.
and we're mailing one out to that other dude, right? So,
Yeah, we're gonna get.
make it fast if you want the bacon.
Even if it's a piece, I'll send it to Dennis Murphy just so he has something because he sent me his address. So I'm gonna. I said that weird address. He has his address. There you go. Just something.
Surprise! That one's empty.
You can have
not
the flavor
that
saver.
one.
You can get the little flavor saver. Yeah. What's up, buddy?
Francilla wants some jerky. If she can
She's not. She can have some down at Craft Classic at Heckscher State Park, August 10th.
Or she can hit up Hopscotch in Deer Park, purveyor of fine craft beer and
Beef jerky.
beef jerky.
Mark's gonna
And
be there,
oh god,
Mark is going to be
Provisions.
there.
That
He
was
is
the
going
word.
to be my co-host, as well as you are going to be down there with me.
Yeah, I know, but I'm probably going to walk off an hour and a half later.
I know. That's fine.
It's going to be sitting, breathing over my shoulder the whole time.
Who's Skippy?
Fern, I said.
Oh,
Fern,
okay. No,
fucking
that's
hot,
fine.
Whatever, black and tan.
No. They're not there.
Oh,
They're not coming. Kern's not coming.
Is Mark Ashambo coming?
Matt Archambault is not coming, no.
Is
Host
Charlie,
of Brewed in New
my
York
father, Charlie
on
coming?
PBS. What's that?
Is my fault Charlie coming?
Charlie 1940s. Are they going to be there? Anybody know? No, we don't know yet. You have to check with them.
How about,
Which one is this?
Barry?
That's the angry.
Listen, we have. Listen, if you're coming down, we can answer all these questions later. I have meat to eat.
All right, right, I gotta go.
Love you.
Ignore me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So anyway,
No,
I
seriously
guess
about that. Break.
congratulations
I'm sweating
to
like one of these fucking pigs that was
Francilla.
cooked in this delicious goddamn jerky.
Of what? Of this one?
Sure.
What?
You
all of
see
them.
all the sweat on the.
I do. That's why I wear a hat now because it ends up, especially with the packed house today. Was it Angry Oinker?
Yeah. Mike,
Angry
did you
Oinker
promise him the,
sriracha bacon.
Oh,
this is-
sriracha
yeah,
bacon.
This is nice.
My favorite of everything I make.
And another empty bag.
Well,
Surprise,
Dennis
all the bacon's
Murphy, you might be shit out of luck tonight because this is deliciousness.
I'm liking that mango habanero one.
That's
the best
tasty,
so
right?
far.
That's
I
the
think just
tasty
like
one.
that blend. It's like
And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you why I like that
a
too.
blonde. It's perfect.
yeah.
I can't eat the whole bag in one sitting. Like that, with that sriracha, I could eat that bag in 5 minutes. That would be gone. But the sriracha, you want to like enjoy
enjoy
that
it,
piece
yeah.
by
Oh,
piece.
yeah.
Let the
Yeah.
heat
Yum.
sit. Have some beer. Go back and forth. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's deliciousness.
Yeah, I mean, I'd sit down with that bag, and if I couldn't find like one of these Siglushers, like I'd probably go for like a Sierra Nevada Summerfest. Like in
Ooh,
case
yes,
of that, just sit down,
just
like I'll
boom.
finish that bag now.
It sounds like my tomorrow night. Actually, by the way, tomorrow night, Pete and I, where are we going to be?
27A
Yes.
Brewing Company opening up on Wellwood Avenue in Lindenhurst.
August 1st. And Paul had some great things to say about Lindenhurst when we started.
Are they opening up?
Yo, Doc Lee Lau's in Lindenhurst is awesome.
Yeah. No.
Only Chinese food place
we were
on
all
that.
sharing our stories about how we live in the same relative area. So I grew up in Amityville. I moved to Lindenhurst. Paul grew up in Copiague and then moved around Long Island. Pete grew up in Lindenhurst and then moved to Farmingdale. So we're all kind of like
I
in that
spent 10
realm.
years. I lived in Lindenhurst for 10 years.
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus
I
Christ.
lived down in Venice.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Nice little area there.
Yeah, it wasn't
So, I'm kind of excited
Searched
to
my cool
have
spot
some.
before.
Oh yeah, fucking cool.
Definitely
spot.
never walked there when I was a teenager to get 40s now.
And not just there. We used to go over down further towards Stop and Shop, which was Finest at the time. And there was that little bodega there. That's where we would get those old E40s and then go behind Finest and drink them in the woods back there. That was my Friday and Saturday nights when I was 13, 14 years old. It was
That
amazing.
still is
Yo,
my
we would,
Friday.
like,
Yeah.
wander-
It's
we would
still
wander
there.
around, like,
Just
Hawkins
better beer
Avenue
and nicer
over in
places.
Copiague. We'd wander around like Hawkins Avenue over in
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
Copiague and whatnot. Just
Mike.
like,
Oh, God. This is the
All
word Mike and
English.
Pete, GubsRadio.com. Who's on the phone?
This is James.
James, what's going on, buddy? How are you, bud? How are you? This is James, the one of the owners of Rockaway Barbecue, RBQ, down in Far Rockaway.
What's up?
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
How are you guys? Listen, I'm sorry we haven't gotten together very much lately, but I have been paying attention to your show, and I
Ooh.
have been catching up on your podcast. So
Thanks, man.
aware of what you're doing, and I particularly love the show with North Fork. I thought you did a great job.
Oh,
with
what
your-
a
Thanks, man.
I love Pete and Ian. Those
oh,
are good
dude.
dudes.
Yeah.
They are. Ian
Great
took us to
dudes.
fucking school.
Oh,
Oh
Ian's
my
taking me to
God.
school.
He's a mad scientist.
Yeah, man.
And we were blown away because we've had a couple of things here and there. You know, you don't get it as much in here.
Yeah.
So what they brought in and the variety of stuff they brought in, and then what they spoke about the process. I'm like, oh my, are you?
Ian was like a former like head chemist at Estee Lauder. Yeah.
It's like,
Well, he's what we would call a zymergist. He's
Yes.
like a, fermentation science specialist.
Mm.
And like he elaborated on, and I just wanted to give you props, in particular for, the line of questioning to bring the awareness of people
Thanks,
of
buddy.
what's going on there. I think you're doing a great job with
Thanks,
the show.
James.
And I
yeah,
just
they do.
wanted to give you props.
They do a great job. I'm just so. Pete and I just share an
There's
interest in all
that,
this crap. So
Back to the Future sour they brought. I forget what.
Yeah.
Back to the lacto.
Yes, that was fucking great.
Really awesome.
That beer was
Unbelievable
really
And,
stuff.
Yeah. And just being able to, to do that sort of work where you just you pick a cell and isolate it off of a blueberry and cultivate it in the lab, and it adds a new dimension to
crazy.
the creativity aspect of it. It's
We're just gonna pick
what
this
they're
little
doing out there
microscopic
is
thing
great.
and let it blossom into. It sounds like something from Stranger Things, by the way. And
Little
as
bit.
you're
And it's not
as you're
even-
binge
It
watching,
basically is.
as you're binge watching the Wort. Pete and I have been binge watching Stranger Things.
Oh, I'm already through it.
I'm up through it too, and I took it 3 days, 3 seasons. Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Says the
that's
teacher on
hardcore.
summer vacation.
I went deep, and then I started watching all this shit online, and I'm like, I can't step away.
I've got a beer pen called the Veil
they're
of Shadows.
doing great things.
Oh yes,
guys.
yeah.
And you're doing great things over there. So sharing the love, great job with you and out there. We spoke about North Fork over at Rocket Talk.
Yes.
You guys were
Yep.
there.
Absolutely. We said there was some great stuff coming out of there, and we weren't extremely familiar because we don't get a lot of it where we are. And then we had them on, and now I'm constantly in search for something that they're putting out. And I think actually Mark from Hopscotch decided to get some stuff in. He'd take the ride, or they're going to bring some stuff in. So that'd be really cool to get something a little closer to us.
That's great. And speaking about a little closer to all the people, all the independents that you're in contact with, and you know what I'm all about, and maybe, the audience might not know me as much, but, as far as Southern New York, this part of the state, you know what I'm about, and it's an open invitation to all the independent guys who are out there who want to get online, get a tap line going in Long Beach and Rockaway.
Yep.
If you want a platform and a springboard for New York City and expand, come talk to us. Ryan, he's very open, and I can introduce you to some of the people in Long Beach. So,
what about a brewery from the South that's possibly looking to break into the New York market?
How do Pilsners do out on the beach?
How do you feel about Kentucky?
Well, listen, we're open to, we do, at barbecue and the guys over in Long Beach, it's at Swing Bellies do barbecue, and with Kentucky, they understand that. They understand it very well. The only question that I would ask them, about Kentucky overall is, they have a creationism museum. What's going on with that?
It's all about global warming. Wait for those.
That gives me the creeps a little bit.
That fucking arc.
Exactly. We're waiting for those oceans to rise. We're ready to go.
If they want to sell beer in New York, and if they want to sell beer in New York, come talk to us.
Absolutely. That's why they're up here. They're kind of shopping around and seeing what's available up here for them to kind of
give them my number directly.
Oh, there you
and
go.
Tell them to call me, and I'll give them tap lines. If they want to figure out a way that we can get the beer up here, just same way that we brought the beer out east to Rocket Talk.
You driving down to Kentucky, James?
You guys drove all the way out to the East Fork to get some of the beer.
Bay Shore, right?
Yeah.
Riverhead.
Beyond, I
thought. Riverhead and down to Bay Shore, the guys at Dubco, and the Brewers Collective. I don't know if you guys had tasted much of their beer beforehand, but we were definitely proud to offer it to people who haven't tried it before.
So we were in the height of the summer season. How does the Far Rockaway area look right now with your location so close to the beach, a block away?
How's the market doing?
How's it going?
It's madness. That's why you haven't heard from me.
I know.
Like I said, I have been paying attention, and I love the show.
Thanks, man.
And we want to do something, and one of the reasons I'm calling you is because I'm moving back. We have things under control at barbecue, and we're focusing on the summer and the product, and we haven't had a lot of time to tinker with the beer events we had hoped to do in the spring. Then it was slow, and we didn't know what we were getting into. The food down there. And what I've been doing, and the word has kind of gotten out, and we're overwhelmed with the response and very happy about it.
Awesome. You guys, we talked a little bit about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say we talked a little bit about Rocket Talk doing maybe some sort of Oktoberfest down by you. Are you still on board for that? You looking at something?
Well, yeah, and again, it's a family thing. There's barbecue is not just the guys down there. Ryan represents a larger group, and we're in Long Beach at Speakeasy and at Swing Bellies, and we can't wait to have you guys come down there.
Yeah, I haven't been to Swing Bellies yet in a long. I mean, before it was what was it before it was Swing Bellies?
Come down and let me know when you want to come to Long Beach. If you want to do, a show again, we can set something up cool. Especially at Speakeasy, we have the outdoor beer garden there at our disposal.
I like where your head's at. I like outdoor and I like beer garden.
And we can set something up just for you guys, and I'll be out there in the bar, and I'll be part of the whole show, and then you can invite all of our friends down, and we'll just have a party with great food and great beer.
Nice. I like
it. Plus, we may, Rocket Talk may appear in Long Beach. We haven't decided on what's going on.
Makes a little
how
sense.
The beach community is where the summer season is overwhelming. Even
I would
for
imagine.
Operations that are run tightly the way that they have it dialed in both locations. But again, to you guys in particular, come down and visit us in Long Beach. And invite all of the people that you speak with who want to sell their beer and are independent, and we want to do something unique, and we want to support the beer industry. You know Ron, you met him, you've seen what we're all about down there, and I can tell you the guys at Speakeasy and in Long Beach and the Swing are just as receptive.
Good.
And I can put you and all of our people in the brewing community in contact with people who can help sell your beer. And you know how I represent the brands. I learned the beer, and
very well informed.
We support them. Well, I'm a former brewer, you know that.
Yeah, exactly.
We support the industry, and we're firmly committed to it. You know, we're a little bit bogged down with the summer activities, and I'm sure you understand. But we're going to be swinging, full tilt. And for you, Mike, we're going to have. I've been in contact
Just came in
with
my head.
Beer
2
Garden
swinging
down
dicks.
in Long
Just
Beach.
hanging out there, Far Rockaway.
No, well, down in Long Beach, we have Das Beer Garden, and I know you love your German beer, and you love Oktoberfest, and you want to gear up for something like that. So I hope to give you some good news about Oktoberfest. And,
excited to get something going there.
Down and deep with some German beer down at Das Beer Garden. Drew is firmly committed to the German beer thing. Their kitchen is amazing. They serve tremendous food, and it's the first and only indoor beer garden on all of Long Island, and it should be a hub of people who love that kind of beer. So
awesome.
Come down and let's, we'll hang out down there and have a session.
Yeah, absolutely. James, I'd love to give you 2 tickets to the Craft Beer Festival, but Francilla, Francilla is how you spell her name. I couldn't understand her on the phone. She did win the ticket. She gave us her full name and email address. She is a real person. She's not just Graz's, person she pulled, Lady of the Night that she pulled off the street to win tickets, even though it was coming anyway. I know. So true. I mean, if we'll be down there broadcasting.
Can I get a chance to win some tickets if I answer some really, obscure and difficult questions?
I can't do the obscure stuff. I threw snowballs at her, and she had a wiffle ball bat. So
those questions you texted me, I don't know the answers to either.
The tickets are hard to come by.
You had tickets.
He texted me some suggestion questions. I don't know the answers to them.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's right. I do remember that one. That was for Rocket Talk. Yeah. I remember those questions. All right. Yeah, we didn't even know the answers to them. Even if we looked them up on Google, we wouldn't have probably found out anything good. You go very in depth, and I'm sure that's why like Ian from North Fork and those kinds of people really hit home with you. You guys geek out on that stuff, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to go and spend a day in the lab with Ian and see, look under the microscope and see what's going on in there, and
I would just get excited about all the graduated cylinders around.
And not only that, I just wanted to clarify
Bunsen beakers.
What Ian was talking about is not just open, wild, spontaneous fermentation. He's looking for something specific, and they grab a cell and isolate it and create a colony of yeast cells that can eat enough sugar for a pilot batch.
Right.
And they test it that way. It's not just open the door and whatever flies in, and then you say, well, let's look under the microscope and see what's going on.
Exactly.
It's not completely spontaneous. It's gathering wild yeast from the field.
Which is crazy.
But cultivating those yeast, that's a slightly different thing, and I think it's important, especially your audience will appreciate this, to understand that. And Ian, he's a Zymergist, geeks out, and it's hard for guys like that to relate to in layman's terms. So that's all the rest of us dopes can understand. But look out for North Fork, and what's up with Ghost? There's another brewery.
We got Paul from Ghost Brewing Company. He's going to open up in Bayshore, right next to Great South Bay, in the same building, but next door in the pad. So there's another new independent brewery coming out towards you.
Is he taking over the Fire Island location?
Yeah, look at you, well-informed James.
Yeah, it is the old Fire Island location. Completely different set of owners. We have our own separate brewing facility from Great South Bay, and then our tasting room is kind of in that back corner of the building.
Yeah, I know the spot. I know it well.
Yeah, we've been revamping that quite heavily. And
so you're one of the primaries?
Yes. I'm
all right, great. Well, congratulations.
Yes, the answer is yes.
And welcome to
Thank you very much.
To the gang.
Yeah, man.
If you have beer, like I was just telling Mike and Pete, if you have beer that you want to sell in Long Beach and you want to sell in Rockaway, and you want someone who believes in the industry and has reach out to us.
much appreciated. Yeah,
we want to do this, so come talk to us.
We're hoping to be open by the end of August, so I'll definitely grab your contact and I'll be in touch. I greatly appreciate that. And
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're looking to help people just like you, so come on down.
Yeah, I've got some like a couple of collaborations worked out already with like some of the local breweries. It's funny, you went down the line like Brewers Collective, Dubco, Nofo.
Yep, they're great.
I've got a set of collabs lined up for like with Dubco, like once we open, and then we were actually like talking with North Fork and Brewers Collective. We kind of have this concept for a beer that we want to drop like around hop harvest season. Ooh. And word on the street is North Fork might have just gotten a bag of mulberries from my front yard. And maybe might be cultivating some yeast off of them to see if it's viable.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Word on the sheet.
Nudge,
But
nudge.
yeah, we'll see where that
sounds
flies.
Great.
But
That sort of stuff is unique, and we love it. If you're, if we can introduce you to people over, in our neck of the woods, like Evan Klein at Barrier is a good friend of mine and ours, and he used to work at Speakeasy actually back in the early days. Like that's where the concept was born while he was working there. And
we had Bobby on the show a few weeks ago. Did you catch up on Bobby's show?
Oh, Bobby's a riot.
Oh,
he's great.
dude.
He's over in Germany right now.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's touring he's doing the Europe tour. He's doing like the Euro trip tour. Like his
jealously following him on Instagram.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he parked his car, and he's looking for Mika and all this other stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think Barrier is now in England. You can buy the beer in England.
That's fantastic.
So, and you should also get to know Dan from Long Beach Brewing Company.
Oh yeah.
He's someone to talk to, especially if you're in a pinch. With late opening, and he can tell you better than anyone about that. Long Beach Brewing Company is about to start their first mash in any day now.
It's on the clock. It's on the calendar.
Give them a call and see what's up over there.
You can hear the clinking. That's why I took it away from you.
All right, James, we're going to let you go because I'm sweating through my shirt right now. So we're going to take a quick break and reset. But thanks for calling in.
Do you want my undershirt?
Always with the sexy talk.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
buddy. We'll talk soon.
Stay in touch. Give me a call. And
of course.
Again, I apologize for not, give me a call.
Will do.
All right, great.
Take it easy, James.
All right, later. All right, we're going to take a quick break. It's the word with Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. We got to piss. We got to wipe the sweat off our brow. We got a lot of meat in here, literally and figuratively.
I have meat sweats.
Yeah, he's got the meat sweats already. That's crazy. All right, let's take a quick break. It's the word with Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. We'll be right back right after this.
This is Ghost Radio, and you're getting drunk with Mike and Pete on the Wort.
She called me late last night to say she loved me so. Didn't matter anymore. I say she never cared and that she never will. Do it all again. I guess I'll have to wait until then. And if I get drunk, well, I'll pass out on the floor now, baby. You won't bother me no more. And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend, and I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer. Next time I'll remember what to do. She looks like heaven, maybe this is hell. She said she'd do it all again, she promised not to tell. And if I get drunk, well, I'll pass out on the floor now, baby. You won't bother me no more. She said, well, it's okay, boy, 'cause you know we'll be good friends. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer. I think I'll have myself a whoa.
Yo, could I get a cold beverage? I need some leverage. A sweaty outside, some lemonade would be nice. Of a spike from the top to a BK. Yo, a vodka, a drink, but girls got the bay on the front porch. Yeah, I got some iced tea. If you like a taste of tea, then come along with me. Summertime is steaming, don't give me no bugs. Glass some ice and a dash of a it's martini time. Yeah, feeling golden. Bring your own beverage. It's me, so it's cold. I like cold beverage, yeah. I like cold beverage, yeah. I like cold beverage, yeah. Give me a frosty mug filled with A&W. If you got ice cream to make it a double spoon, mistake from the fountain. Real good sounding. Chocolate egg cream, yo, on cherry fountain. Got a chill vibe, on shoes in my ride. Wobbles to the right, take out beverages. Suddenly a hot coffee, then fill it up with ice. Watermelon's like a drink. Please fix me a large slice. Summertime is cool, the heat is getting old. Yeah, I have a beverage, sweet, so it's cold. Cold.
Something from the bar.
Yeah, I like cold beverage, yeah. I like cold beverage, yeah. I like cold beverage, yeah. Cause I'm feeling kinda bored. Stick it in the fridge, stick it in the fridge, stick it in the fridge, stick it in the fridge. Stick it in the fridge, stick it in the fridge, stick it in the fridge, stick it in the fridge. Go girl, work the cold one. Go girl, work the cold one. What? Go girl, work the cold one. Go girl, work the cold one. Yo, when I'm fishing, let's keep one thing clear. The bait's over there, the brew's right here. 2 6-packs and a big bag of ice. Didn't even get a bite, but the brew tastes nice. Back to the bar. Strawberry daiquiris and a colada. Need a whole lot of them fruit drinks that got me a buzz. I must tell you, I'm the Kool-Aid kid. When you serve my drink, please stick it in the fridge. Cause I like cool beverage, yeah. I like cool beverage, yeah. I like cool beverage, yeah. I'm kinda thirsty. I like cool beverage, yeah. I like cool beverage, yeah.
into that toilet seat, and not knowing all they had to do was pop the top and drink. Make sure it's cold, cause warm beer only magnifies the hurt. Yeah, one sure helps, but 2 cold beers is guaranteed to work. I said it's beer for breakfast, the hangover fix, the only remedy that's guaranteed to do the trick. You know that whiskey's way too risky, and you probably just get sick. So down here in Texas, it's beer for breakfast. Come on.
I want to tell you a story about the house went blue. I come home one Friday, had to tell the landlady I done lost my job. She said that don't confront me, long as I get my money next Friday. Now next Friday I come, I didn't get the rent, and out the door I went. So I goes to the landlady. I said, you let me slide. I have the rent for it tomorrow, the next day I don't know. So she let me slide it on, you know, people. I noticed when I come home in the evening, she ain't got nothing nice to say to me. But for 5 years, she was so nice. Lord, she was lovey-dovey. I come home one particular evening. The landlady said, you got the rent money yet? I said, no. Can't find no job. Therefore, I ain't got no money to pay the rent. She said, I don't believe you're trying to find no job. Said, I seen you today. You were standing on a corner, leaning up against a post. I said, but I'm tired. I've been walking all day. She said, that don't confront me, long as I get my money next Friday. Now next Friday I come out, didn't have the rent, and out the door I went. So I go down the streets, down to my good friend's house. I said, look, man, I'm outdoors, you know. Can I stay with you maybe a couple days? He said, let me go and ask my wife. He come out of the house, I could see in his face. I know there was no. He said, I don't know, man. She kind of funny, you know. I said,
Govs Radio. You're listening to Govs Radio, streaming live 24/7. Visit govsradio.com for our show schedule and upcoming studio events. Govs Radio. You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Hey, moron, it's pronounced the Wort.
What the hell is a wort?
It's pronounced the Wort.
What is it? The wort? Yeah, okay, I'll do that again. This is The Wort on Govs Radio.
It is the Wort. Not wart, not fort, not short. The Wort.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what that means. When do you guys start drinking?
Who says we haven't been drinking?
Where's mine? If I say it correctly this time, can I have a drink?
We'll think about it.
You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Oh, yeah. This is The Wort with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We're back on air. Our scheduled break, finally.
Yeah, first scheduled break.
First scheduled break of the night. as opposed to a forced break that came via the gods of thunder that took our electricity out.
Is there more than one?
Gods? Yeah, apparently Thor 4 is going to have...
don't even get me started.
It's going to have a What's-Her-Nuts being the new female Thor.
If you listen to Amon Amarth, you'll catch up on all your like Norse mythology.
Yeah, exactly.
I should. They're on Liquid Metal often enough.
We are live on, Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on GubsRadio.com. Give us a call, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. We're back here in studio with Paul from Ghost, Tim from Sig Lusher, and, of course, Mike from Two Jerks Two Big Jerks. I'm going to mix all that up. Listen, I was calling Matt Archambault. I was calling him Mart. I don't know why. It was a little bit of a Wort. It was a little bit of Mark, and then a little bit of Matt, all mixed into one. I kept saying, "Hey, Mort's here. I mean, Mort from Orc is here." I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Mork and Mindy.
Fuck yeah, Mark and Mindy.
I still love that show.
Oh my god. So as you can see, we've polished off quite a big of these Sig Lusher, yes, Pilsners.
We've been drinking a lot of beer, hence my slur.
There it is. There's the one we wanted.
What are we drinking next?
Yeah, we're gonna cruise over to the new collaboration that Paul brought in for us. So tell us, as Dana is gonna distribute and move around. We have this thing here on Long Island where a lot of the breweries come together and collaborate on a single brew. It used to be during Craft Beer Week in May, and now Paul was telling me that they moved that over to August. And there's a dozen or two breweries that
23.
23 yeah, it's almost 24 breweries that come together every year and pull together a brew. You guys sit down, and as far as we heard from we had Dave from Dave's Cold Beer and Soda.
Dave's Cold Beer and Soda. It's Apache for douchebag.
There it is. We had a great show with Dave and some of the other guys. I'll take that because I don't have a can, so I'll just drink this.
Right.
I don't have a taster. And then you can pass around to the gentleman over here. I'll take it around the board.
Oh,
So
come on.
Well, listen, I already dropped my
Little risk.
phone. I already dropped so much stuff already. So tell us a little bit about the entire process of coming together for this, and what you guys are trying to do and raise awareness for, and all that other good stuff.
So this beer, as always, is called Craft Cares again. The Long Island Brewers Guild this year is running the concept of Long Island Craft Beer Week. And so we decided to stick with the Craft Cares branding because that was just kind of our signature, basically. And really the whole point of this beer was, Long Islanders are continuously coming together to support us. So it's time that we, come together to support all the people that have supported us throughout all this time.
So I'm just going to run down the lineup really fast for you. So we have the breweries that have come together on this one. 1940s. Barnshed, Barrage, Des Dubco, of course, Ghost, Great South Bay, Greenport, Jamesport, Lithology, Long Island, Mustache, Noble Savage, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, Po' Boy, Port Jeff, Sand City, Six Harbors, Smallcraft, love the boys, Spiderbite, Squarehead, St. James, Brewers Collective, and the Mead Works. Ooh, curveball.
Yeah.
I like I'm going to be honest.
There's honey in here.
Yeah. Mead Works, they don't have a guild because they're a meadery, so we've taken them into the Brewers Guild. And nobody had a problem with that exception. We love Joe and Roger. And
as he comes in, and everyone goes, Joe.
You brought the slushy machine.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, so at WME Works, they are doing honey wine pretty much, right? If you don't know what mead is. And they just, after we had them on the show, the week after, they had the
slushy machine.
Fucking slushy machine.
For Mita Coladas on ice.
Yeah,
they were doing Miami Vice Mita Coladas.
Yeah, that was my reaction too, Kevin.
Miami Vice.
How the fuck
Mita
is that legal?
That's some kind of Flynn shit that you see on Fire Island. You don't see that at a local
Lindenhurst needs to let them sell that in to-go cups.
Right? Yeah. It would make Lindenhurst so much better. that shitty Bissu or whatever it's called now would be so much cooler with some frozen Mita Coladas.
What is that place?
It is a catering hall, rental catering hall. So you basically rent out the space, and then you have to come in and bring all your food, your alcohol, everything from there, and then you can have your event. They've been angry about it. They did shut down, by the way, the Brew House Pub. That place has been shut down since the quote unquote incident.
The incident.
And then, of course, some bigger things are opening up. So we'll be live at 27A tomorrow on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, broadcasting live from the tasting room just prior to their opening date, which I believe they quoted August 1st.
I think it was the following week.
I think they're going to do a
we'll
soft
announce
opening.
it tomorrow.
Soft opening August 1st. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, Melissa put it out there, so I can't. It's already out there.
It's on the interwebs. Can't take
It's
it
on
back
the
now.
intertubes. They're tubes.
A series of
Tubes.
tubes.
That's correct.
Invented by Al Gore.
So Craft Cares, this is I want to say the 13th different beer that has been apparently they've been brewed a lot.
No, I don't think it. No, I want to say this is like the sixth or seventh
All right.
one that we've
I
done.
know it's a lot
as
because they've been
Craft
doing it
Cares,
quite a
but
while.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I remember the first beer. I don't remember the year. I want to say it was maybe 2012.
That might be relevant. Yeah,
2012,
that might be
something
closer.
like that. So this year we paired with Markham, who puts on the 5K workplace challenge every year at Jones Beach.
Yep.
Draws 11,000 people every year. And that event is actually happening tomorrow. That's where these cans and this beer is actually going
Big
to
time.
officially debut, and then the beer will be
Well,
released
wait,
at the
Paul.
breweries
It is
on these
debuted here on
Fridays.
the Wort with
Well,
Mike and
yes,
Pete.
very true. I
It
apologize
has
for
already
speaking.
debuted. Jones Beach, suck it.
But
I
yeah,
worked
like
there, by the way.
the goal between pairing with Markham is they've got a huge reach, and
Yeah.
also people that might not be craft beer drinkers as well. They work with a number of charities, and we've done a huge collaboration with them. This year they've actually got a whole website put together where we'll be able to take donations for the actual cans. They
Mhm.
work with 4 different charities that you'll actually even be able to select where you want your money to go.
Okay,
like
so
which charity you want it to go to, or if you want it to go to all 4
So
charities.
it's like you're at Restoration. Like when you eat at Restoration at the end of the night, you get your token and you get to decide which foundation or sponsorship you like to donate to based upon your check. So you get, yes, I like some
Carne asada beef
carne
jerky.
asada in my mouth. And that's a really cool concept. I mean, that's really what we all want to do is I want some sort of say, and it leaves it open for more people to then participate in the end, right? I mean, if you say, okay, I mean, I like that foundation, but I'd rather support this foundation. Here, you have the option, and that's kind of where you were going with that.
And everybody's got a charity that's close to their heart for their own, personal reasons, and
Yeah,
again, the more
exactly.
people that we could reach and possibly get out there to help, that was really the goal. So this year's beer, we wanted to kind of, especially now that we were transforming the event into the summertime,
Mhm.
we really wanted to make a beer that would hit everybody. So we ended up deciding on a lightly dry hopped pale wheat with citrus peel.
Okay.
So
It is very bright, yeah.
Yeah, there's orange, lemon peel, and grapefruit peel that we ripped through a hop back. We used all New York State Centennial hops in the brew, and we actually used nugget hops for the dry hop from North Fork
Cool.
Hop Yard.
There you go.
For the dry hop. And
So locally grown hops.
Yes, yeah, and yeah, it was actually all New York State New York
Nice.
or Long Island hops, and so yeah, the goal with this beer was to kind of be able to hit that summer beer drinker, but
Mhm.
also hit that hop head at the same point.
Yeah.
And give them something equally as refreshing. It clocks in at 5.2%.
Oh, not bad.
And granted, it's not a New England IPA by any means, but it's got that big juiciness that everybody's like really looking for. And like I said, whether you're a summer beer drinker or a hop head, you're gonna love this beer. You're gonna crush it.
You don't
No
want
problem.
to. You also don't want to call it a session because I think that's at times bad marketing for the hopheads. They're like, I don't want to drink a
But I
session.
want to get drunk right now.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
at 5.2, it's kind of like your very, middle line, ABV where people are like, oh, cool, I can have like 4 or 5 of those, and now I'm getting.
Yeah,
And the
like,
flavors.
there's still a full flavor in there, and yeah, and that was the goal really, like with this beer, was just to kind of come up with something bright with a touch of hops, and something that everybody could drink
Right.
and not be upset.
Where'd you guys brew this?
This is brewed at Great South Bay.
It was. So
Yes.
right
Nice.
in your little backyard.
Yep.
That makes it easy.
Yeah, I was eating the charge over there, but yeah, it was brewed at Great South
So
Bay.
tell us what happens when you guys get together and sit there and try to decide. How does that process go?
Well, getting 23 breweries together in the
Mhm.
same room is kind of hard. So initially, like the recipe concept really kind of took place over email.
Okay.
And it just kind of started with this like rolling ball of people throwing out ideas, like what they think would be good for a while. And Larry from Sprite-A-Bite for I think it was like the 3rd year in a row, basically threw out the concept that everybody was like, yes, that's what we're going to do. And he kind of came up with this initial citrus wheat kind of thing. And then that snowballed into dry hopping it.
Mhm.
And the test batch we had initially brewed at the Brewers Collective.
Okay.
And they've got
The little
some
SS
small-
system?
Yeah, and they've
Yeah.
got like the little like 1-barrel fermenters. So we did a test 3-barrel batch, put it in 3 different fermenters, and dry hopped each one separately.
Differently, yeah,
differently. And
yeah.
at the pre-launch events that Markham threw, we basically like ran the gambit of what people liked, what dry hop the best.
Okay.
And then using that information, we then decided to go with the dry hop that people like the best, which ended up being the nugget hops from.
So basically,
Northport.
you bring all the brewers from these breweries in, and you guys just pound beers from 3 different fermenters. Okay. I see where this process is
Totally
going.
not.
Yeah.
What was?
It's so not like that.
No, but the people that decided it, that wasn't the brewers. Like a lot of the people at these at the Markham pre-launch events, these were like the volunteers that helped them out.
All
and
right,
whatnot.
all right.
So yeah, like this was the audience that the beer was going to. So
Good.
much
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was talking about before, how sometimes brewers have to show people what they really want. Sometimes the people have to tell the brewers what they want.
Mm.
You know, we kind of made the initial decision for them, but then they told us the final decision as far as what they want, how
That's a
they
good
wanted
idea,
to
yeah.
dry hop. So
Yeah,
you
the
know, there was
people
like
wanna
some
drink it.
user participation in there, and you know, sometimes even as a brewer, sometimes you're so close to something that what you want to do and like what you know might seem right at the tail end when you get the mass customer response, it's like actually they might have liked this better. So sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
having that little check, it's nice. And again, like having that, you know, participation in there that, you know, the average customer doesn't get to have a say in a beer, you know, just that even like little bit, like, you know, trying to bring people in to make it a collective effort.
2 questions. Are you running in the 5K tomorrow?
No.
Good.
No, but
I don't need you
by
to
the time,
after tonight.
By the time tomorrow's done, I would have.
Mike's face is like
I
horrible.
did.
It's gonna be like 90 degrees tomorrow, and you drank and ate beef jerky, so I can imagine what it's gonna be like.
And there's 5Ks.
Yeah.
I mean, this last 5
So many
months, it feels like
Ks.
I've been running a 5K every day.
Are a lot of the breweries coming down to represent?
Yes.
So is it bringing it all together? You have a tent set up, or what's?
Yeah. There's going to be a beer tent, and people are going to be able to come through. We're going to have some of this on tap, as well as some select beers from all the other breweries involved.
Cool.
And they'll be able to get their sample on, and you know, basically.
So that was
test
my
the
next
beer
question.
out,
You guys are handing out kind of like free tastings as they come by, or what's the process?
There's a special like ticket that they have to get into the tent.
Okay.
And then from there, like they
It's just-
get a
yeah,
couple of
it's
samples
like a beer
and
fest.
whatnot. Yeah, like real. Not so much a beer fest. It's more just like a sampling event.
Okay.
We were working really closely with the Parks Department, and they didn't want it to turn into
Yeah.
anything out of hand or like and you know at the end of the day too, like you know, brewers on Tuesday night at Jones Beach don't want to. You know, a beer fest anyway. Like it's more like a responsible like sampling event.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the beer will be available in cans at the at all participating breweries on Friday.
Nice.
And that'll run from August 2nd to 10th.
Are they still doing a can for a can?
Yes, yeah. We'll still be doing the can for a can, or there's the monetary donation. So
Right.
if you forget your cans or show up to the brewery and you're like, oh man, I want some of these anyway,
Yep.
you'll be able to go on to the website and
donate to the charity.
donate accordingly as you wish, or you could.
Tell you a funny story for a can. So 2 years ago, my school was collecting cans for Thanksgiving, as we always do, and then we donated to a local food pantry in Wyandanch. And I used to work there for 9 years, so I know the food pantry well. We come in with 2 cars full of food, donate it, drop it, we're good to go. After Thanksgiving weekend, I come back to school, and 2 of the classes on the campus, we have a 5-building campus, never handed in their food. So I have these 2 huge boxes now of food, and then Craft Cares comes out. I guess this was their November, December thing. I forget how the time.
It was usually around like May, in coordinates with American Craft Beer.
Right. So that one came, but there was something else going on. I forget. Whatever. I had leftover cans. Whatever. I had 2 boxes of cans. So I planned a trip to Great South Bay, and I walk in with 2 huge boxes of cans, and I put them on the bar, and I said, "Where's your bin for distribution?" He goes, "Oh, it's right over there." He goes, "But you're only going to get 1 beer for all that." I go, "That's not why I'm here. I have so much food, I can't get rid of it. Like I can't go anywhere and get rid of this. I have to donate it." But it was hysterical. Like he thought I was showing up with, 15,000 cans, and I would want all of the beer that they have there. No.
And a bus full of your friends is outside.
Yeah. All right, so fine. Let me get one guy from the bus out there, and everyone's going to hand their can. But it was all about helping the local community, helping the local food pantries, helping the local Long Island Cares program, who distributes it throughout Long Island and gets it out to the needy families throughout the year, and it's great. And you know what's funny? You need cans during the holiday season, but to be honest with you, they need it all year long.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
now's a great time because the food pantries are super low. Everyone's been distributing throughout the last few months. This is the time where they get really low, and I know that because I worked at a food pantry for 9 years, so I know what they need.
Yeah,
and that's exactly the key concept here is to get it kind of spaced out a little bit so we can replenish some of the stuff that has gone throughout the last few months.
Yeah, and like the 4 charities that they're working with, it's the Children's Medical Fund in New York, Long Island Cares, the Harry Chaplin Food Bank, Long Island Children's Museum, and the Nassau County Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
Yes.
So you've got a mixed bag as far as where you want your money to go. There's even an option where
and like you said, you could pick.
Go to all 4.
Nice.
Evenly,
distributed,
or just to one accordingly. So
very cool.
Whatever cause warms your heart the most, you have a choice.
So if you still hate kids, you can you can still donate to charity.
Yes,
Pete, you had 3 children, 1 on the way.
Only 2.
2
so
and
far.
1 on the way,
Hey,
and a dog,
and a dog.
Some people
so
are just
maybe
puppy people.
it's people helping people. It's good.
Tim, our collab so you were saying there's about 60 breweries in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Are collabs like a big focus down there, or is it like geographically with that?
It's more geographically. Yeah, I mean we quite honestly in Frankfurt we're the one and only brewery they've ever had. But we're right between Lexington and Louisville, so you see a lot of collabs up in Louisville specifically, where Dylan came from, because a lot of those brewers actually got their kind of chops together.
Okay.
There's some really, I don't say really old, but old by.
I like to say they're
standards.
comeuppance.
They're comeuppance, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of.
What a great little line.
We got good friends at Goodwood, but they came out of Bluegrass Brewing Company, BBC, and those breweries have been around for a while. So like everyone in Louisville specifically knows each other because they work together at some point.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of collabs with that.
Do you have like a Brewers Collective kind of thing? Do you have those
We
types
do.
of like homebrew clubs and things like that in
homebrew
here?
club. It's the brewers. It's an interesting name. It's called the KGB, Kentucky Guild of Brewers. And
I know it's funny.
They have to meet the Brewers Collective.
The Brewers Collective has they're Soviet.
There's
undertones.
The sickle and what's the other thing?
It's a bottle and a sickle.
Bottle and a sickle. That's what it is.
Get it. Yeah. No one's going.
classic.
Oh wait, we didn't notice that, huh? No, it's done completely intentionally. Great group though. They do a lot for the brewers in Kentucky. As I said, we're kind of getting our legs back under us after what, quite frankly, historically was a big brewing area of the country. It's just bourbon took over so much in Kentucky that beer is now kind of resurgent.
That is what the state's known for.
It is.
I would imagine that lends itself to a lot of pretty cool collabs too.
It does. We do a lot with Buffalo Trace. So I mean, my family, particularly, for those who don't know us,
yes, I love me some Buffalo Trace.
I'll tell Paul in a minute. We go back all the way to we go back to 1966. This is my great grandfather's brewery.
Really?
We are actually no shit.
No shit. You can give it to him.
Our brewery is.
Everyone knows that voice.
Our brewery is located in the backyard of E.H. Taylor.
Buckle up, folks.
Oh boy!
If you know who that is,
buckle up, folks. Show's just about to change.
Oh God!
Hi,
Grass from Limit Talk dropping in. Good to see you, buddy.
We were talking about collabs, breweries down in Kentucky.
Are we going to Kentucky?
No, I'm not going to Kentucky. Are you going?
Let's take the bang bus to Kentucky.
We'll go see a fucking Duke Kentucky basketball game.
I like that idea.
We'll bring the beer back here.
That's a good question. College basketball. Are you a?
Duke is in North Carolina. So
yes, no, but are you a Wildcat fan? Are you a
Wildcat? Yeah, you basically have everyone in the state is a Wildcat fan except the people in Louisville, and they're Wildcat fans also.
Ah. What's the other big one? My great grandmother on my wife's side loves, and I can't think of the freaking name of the basketball team, and I watch college basketball all the time.
Gonzaga?
No, it's
Kansas Jaybirds.
No,
LIU.
No, they're in Kentucky.
Cardinals.
The Dowling Lions.
There's more.
The Louisville Cardinals.
The Suffolk Community College Sharks.
No, none of those guys. Jesus, yeah. The NASA Community.
The fucking Farmingdale Green Dogs.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. All right, you guys all suck. I'll figure it out. I'll look in my phone and I'll figure it out.
You know what I liked about the show the most?
What's that, buddy?
Let me do it. Mike,
Hearing yourself talk about Francilla?
No. Mike.
How is Francilla?
Francilla was in the back of the car.
Yeah.
So she gets in the car and I go, listen. I go, there's this radio show that my buddy, my former engineer, we created about a year ago. It's a beer show. She goes, I would love to listen to it. So I turn it on. So then she hears him call. She hears him, Mike say Graz, and she's like, "Wait, that's you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of like I created it, but then they pushed me off, and now I'm just a fucking third wheel."
Mm-hmm.
So she goes, "You know what?" Then she hears him telling her that she's giving out tickets.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "I want tickets. It's my birthday the next day." Fucking A, give it a phone. Give it a phone number. Give it a phone number. She gets on the phone, so she has no idea. She's called me Gratz. You're like the fucking Dan Romano. It's Gratz. I'm like,
oh, it's
Gratz,
great. It's great.
Gratz.
Everything's great. Yeah.
And then you caught on, so I said, keep talking. And then at one point, I'm like, how many fucking questions you gonna ask this woman? You gonna ask her bra size and what a size of her panties or something like that? Come
I didn't
on.
want to alienate
Jeez,
her.
hashtag me too, Grass. Come on.
Well, is James from Robco, wherever he is in Rockaway? He's probably hanging up on the show now. He's like, oh, it's not going to be informative anymore now.
No,
Graz-
Murray State.
Graz
Murray
is all
State. I couldn't think of the thing. So my wife's great grandmother, I call Grandma B, big Murray State fan, and so I watch a lot of Murray State games when they're on.
Fan. Good team.
Big, yeah, and she's fighting everyone from Louisville Cardinals and the Kentucky Wildcats, and of course I'm a huge Duke fan since I was 6 years old.
Who's this lovely man I'm standing next to right here?
So this is a gentleman. You're going to have to
Well, that's
introduce
Kevin.
yourself. This
Kevin-
is Anthony.
They say
No,
Kevin. Hi, Kevin,
I
I'm
know it's
Graz.
Kevin. Hold on. I was going to do the nice
I'll
intro.
do it. Don't worry. I don't
God
need
damn
you.
it.
You talk too much.
I don't talk too
It took
much.
you 14 minutes to introduce the guy from fucking Kentucky.
Listen, I'm glad we did because the power went out, and if we didn't get the proper introductions in the first 40 minutes, we would have been fucked.
Oh, all right.
All right, so now I'm an ass now.
Kevin wants to know if I'd like jerky. Kevin, yes, I'd like a bag of jerky.
Oh,
please.
You're goddamn right.
Well, listen, don't eat all the bacon. I got to send some to Dennis. Did you
All
hear
right.
the show?
Listen, first of all, I thought you were giving Dennis Murphy tickets to go to the fucking thing.
No.
He ain't even going to show up.
No, he won't.
All right?
All
So
right.
what, he won jerky?
He won. I
So
gave.
eat
I
the
told him
jerky
I'll
that they
save a
got.
little
We'll get
jerky for
fucking
him.
Stop and Shop jerky for him.
No, I told him I give him the two big jerky.
I'll take it.
Only
Listen,
proper that gourmet shit.
Look, that
All
good
sorts of
stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
Wow, look at this shit, huh?
Dude,
Wow.
it's ridiculous, and all the good stuff. No.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to taste
We ate
it
all the
right
bacon.
now.
So let me introduce
You
you.
should take that mango
this is-
habanero, like pop a whole fistful
like
right in
big
your mouth
leaf
at
chew.
once. Just
It's
like,
Now
not that
listen,
bad.
wait a minute.
So good.
Listen,
It's not that bad.
fucking Jim the Anvil
Triple X.
Nightheart with your beer.
This is why we invite
more of a
Graz
Legion
in.
of Doom
He
kind of
has the
guy,
refer.
but-
Yeah, there you go. He has the references from the 1980s. That's unbelievable.
That's where. All right, so Jim the Anvil Nightheart, what do you
Yeah.
want me to do with this thing?
Eat it all.
The mango habanero, take like a fistful
Yeah,
of it.
because
and,
you
like,
want my ass cheeks
Yeah.
to fucking burn up 2 hours from now. I'm gonna have a client in the car at 12. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be farting.
the mango habanero is the best one.
And it won't be
Straight up.
Francilla this time.
She's legit. She wants to go, Michael.
No, that's
She's
fine.
very happy.
She sent me all the
She's in,
information.
she's going.
And I told her she won, so she'll be going to the Brewfest.
So I have one last question. You fucking guy, you're doing a fucking offsite tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're
Yeah.
doing an offsite. Yes,
We're doing
Where?
an offsite tomorrow.
we will
Lindenhurst.
be at 27A in Lindenhurst.
What time are you gonna be there?
8 o'clock. Sometime around there.
You win. I won't be there.
I know.
All right, you
I
won.
win. No,
You won, Pete.
I win.
You don't want a carpool?
Nope.
right.
I'm gonna go to. Are you coming to Hertfordshire, Pete?
Heck,
No, I'm going to Bermuda instead.
Oh, good. Have a good time with your wife in Bermuda. I'll be drinking beer, looking at ass for 3 hours.
Hey, Pete, be careful with that one. It's a little bit hot.
Oh my God, this shit is.
Which
hot.
one is this?
What'd you
Oh, it
try
says
this one?
hot. Oh,
Hot
okay.
and spicy triple
with
X.
triple X.
How long are we gonna be in Hertfordshire?
Ghost
or whatever
pepper
it is?
or just red?
No,
red.
it's jalapeno and cayenne.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, this
But it
shit
sticks with
tastes
you
good.
for
That one,
I just want to live in that bag.
Yeah.
I want to live in that bag.
Mike, how long are we
Again,
gonna be
it's like a
broadcasting at
flavorful-
Hertfordshire?
As long as I fucking want.
Yes. Really? We're gonna go for like 6 hours.
I'm gonna put some red chili peppers in the board, so then tomorrow when Tony touches the board, it's just
think
he's
you
just
already
gonna
did.
burn his eyes and neck.
Yeah.
I already left pieces of wax from my thing all over the floor. It's
Nice.
fine,
Really
no
good.
big deal.
It's a hot one.
This
Boss is
carne,
really
this carne asada is fantastic.
Isn't it? That one?
You
Yeah.
gotta be a fan of cilantro, but it's good.
Yeah.
I'll do a Dan Romano. So go to www.twobigjerksjerky.com.
By the way, Dan Romano, host of the Dan Romano Show here on GovsRadio.com.
Yeah.
See, I don't find that one as spicy as the mango habanero one.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
It depends on, because it's all in the marinades. It depends on where it sits in the marinade. Sometimes you might get a spicy
Habaneros for me are.
There's a
Yeah, that one's got
This
some
is-
great flavor to it, though.
This is
is
sitting
really
on
good,
it longer, though.
that sticks around.
That's the thing. This is sticking around a little bit.
Yep.
So do
I
you have
don't-
anything that
the
doesn't
carne
make your
asada-
ass cheeks bleed?
Dude, the carne asada one might be other than the bacon because bacon
Right
is in a
now, I'm
category
holding
in
in
and
my
of
hand.
itself.
Dude, I'm
my
going to drop a
personal
deuce and it's going to be
champion.
bloody. Come on
What does
now.
that say?
The booze-infused whiskey with Jim Beam in a marinade.
Oh, is this the bourbon one?
Yep.
How many of these you have?
We have
Stop.
14 flavors.
Why ask that question in such a negative way?
I don't know. I was just amazed because I felt like we had it all already, and then he came out with I have my other one. I'm like,
That's
oh,
more
what
for
other
us.
one?
Yeah, exactly.
We're working our way through it.
The carne asada one is
I
so
like
different
Kentucky.
too. That's such a, like a
Kentucky's
different
unusual.
jerky.
It's unusual. You don't see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's Kevin to you, Michael?
This is Kevin from Kentucky. Kevin from excuse me, I'm choking on hot
yeah.
pepper.
You're the
that one
idiot,
hits
that,
you
you're the
a little
idiot that
later.
drove all the way down here to come on air with us? Or is that
Tim.
you?
Tim's here from Siglusher.
You look like one of my rabbis.
Kevin and Eric from Siglusher as well. You got those guys in there with
How
you.
many rabbis do you have?
2.
Okay.
So,
Sorry, I asked.
Backup rabbi?
yeah, I have a backup rabbi
All right.
in case the other one drops dead.
Or
Well,
just busy?
why would they?
Do you have them with you now?
Anytime listen, can I tell
They
you something? I want to
follow-
hang
they
out
follow
with
him
you.
in the car.
Let's
You
do
came
this.
all the way over here. From there, we're coming to Kentucky.
We already have a date.
All right.
September 28th, you're coming down.
In Kentucky.
I'm going to come and
I'm
pitch you
supposed to
jerky.
go. I'm supposed to go September 21st to a Tampa Giant game, but it's my anniversary. I can't go. So we're coming to you on the 28th.
Come to me on the 28th.
Is there any basketball, football, anything there besides fucking?
Everything.
Yeah, there is actually. What are we talking? There's basketball or there's football. Football on that day, but it's out of town.
Tennessee Titans.
What's more important?
How
We got
far away is-
Oktoberfest and a lot of beer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good
And the Nappy Roots.
What's a nappy root?
Oh, you fucking kidding me? Now you got to pull it up.
What's your problem?
I didn't know either.
I asked a legitimate question.
it.
Mike, can I issue a complaint?
No.
How do you ask a complaint?
No, you mean
I do not like the fact that Pete keeps rushing me off when I'm calling here. I'm trying to help the show. The logo's stuck up on Facebook, and Pete's like, "Goodbye, Graz. See you later." Click, you dick.
I'm
Graz.
actually the one that hung up on you because I
It's what I
refixed
do.
it by the time you just said that.
Hey, Graz.
Yeah.
It's beef jerky, Mike.
Hey, Mike, how are you? Good. How's it hanging?
Let me tell you something, buddy. You are absolutely correct. The show is going to change.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, you see how it upgrades? It's like a tick. You know what I mean? It's
Nope.
like a fucking earthquake. All right, I'm at a 7.4.
Nope.
After I drink this, it'll be a 9.6.
I'd say more like an
7.4 is
aftershock.
Graz's favorite beer.
Yeah, it is.
What is this
Favorite
now?
ABV.
Whose is this?
This is the Craft Cares All Long Island Breweries. Look at it. Your dad's on there.
23 breweries on there.
My dad is on here. Hi, Charlie. Charlie, I miss you. 1940s Brewery. I got stock in it now.
There you go. Did you really buy into it?
I'm gonna.
All right.
What's this?
This is Nappy Roots.
What's this? Sig Lucia.
Siglusher from Kentucky.
Lusher, just drink the damn beer.
The one you know is this one. You've heard Po Folks. You've heard this song. It's been on the radio for years.
Let me hear it. Stop talking.
Well,
My God.
I'm hitting the
Fucking
post.
Pete needs to take over the show. You need a break.
You just got canceled from Facebook.
Yeah, see, you know this
I
song.
like this song.
Yeah.
Wow, this is fantastic, guy from Kentucky.
Thank you, sir.
His name's Tim.
What's your name?
Tim.
Tim?
Yes.
Tim, I like you.
I appreciate it. I like you too. We should
I
hang
like
out
you,
and do
Tim.
things more often.
Yeah.
Tim, I got a car service, and I'll come out there. Maybe we can Uber somebody from Kentucky to Manhattan. You
I
never
gotta
know.
go back to the city after this. You,
That'd be
you
crazy.
driving me?
You know what? If we get out of here, I got to shoot out 11:15. Where you got to go?
We're going back to Astoria.
I could drop you off there. If
He
you
could.
Want, if
He
you want to
did-
jump in
this
there.
is-
Anybody got any weed?
Right.
Even though I'm driving.
If I knew it was like that, I would have brought it. Like,
If I knew it was that kind of party, I would stick my dick in the mashed potatoes.
This
I didn't get an
Purple
answer
punch
about
about
the
GMO
weed.
cookies.
What? Yeah. You got edible cookies?
No, I don't have anything on me today.
Anybody got anything edible?
Nothing today.
You know, this
Can we get
show's-
back to the mashed potatoes?
Wait a second. I thought we were gonna.
So the bad news is I spilled. The good news is it was all over my pants.
Well, Pete had a little wet dream over here.
Sure did. I mean, the beer is good.
What is that? What'd you
So
bring
I
in?
opened up. I was up at Lake George a
Killing
few
Nappy
weeks
Roots,
ago,
by the way. Go ahead.
and they had a fucking great Pilsner lager.
Is the Bolton? Yeah.
Bolton Landing
Which one
Brewing.
did you give me?
I give you a double dry hop IPA.
Oh, it's delicious.
And
by the way.
this was some Pilsner lager that had hibiscus in it. I had it, and it was fucking outrageous.
All right.
So
Hibiscus is
for
like that
sure.
new
If you want
adjunct.
to try
People
and
are
pour
putting
it
shit
without spilling like I did. By all means.
Half an ounce into your.
Yeah.
Hibiscus is the permanent
Well,
partner.
Paul's
for,
a professional. Look at that.
There's always lavender and hibiscus together.
Well, I'm serious. Like a lot of brewers are now brewing with hibiscus in certain sours or IPAs or whatever it might be. So it's one of those new hot adjuncts that they're putting in there.
Second Dog did one with hibiscus.
Yes, yeah, no, it was very, and that was on opening night.
Yeah,
right.
That was really good.
Is the word Mike at GovsRadio.com. We are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We are live on our website, GovsRadio.com. Give us a call, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. The phone number is at the bottom of the screen, so give us a call.
What's
ask
the
questions
alcohol content for this Sig Lusher?
It's 4.8 Gratz.
It's not good. It's not Gratz. It's Graz.
No, it's Gratz.
All right,
No. It is Gratz.
Yeah, it's Gratz.
It's
You know
Gratz.
what? That's if you call me Gratz, there's only one other person in this
Yep.
entire industry
And who
that's
is it?
allowed. It's from fucking Fire Island.
Yeah,
Brewery.
see? Dan Moss
Dan
calls him
Moss.
Gratz.
Dan
Dan Moss.
Moss, the first show that we had in here, called me Gratz the whole night. And I let him call me Gratz. I didn't.
Because his mustache is so sexy.
Yeah,
right.
dude, he's got a beard like you. He looks like you. Are you sure you're not him in a fucking mask?
He just changed
You
his
look
outfit.
good. What are you?
I'm like 70 pounds lighter.
No, but
so
you know who you look
definitely-
like? You look like Braun Strowman.
Maybe true.
But no,
Strowman.
He was the first guy that attached himself to the word.
Yes.
And
Okay.
because of him, I believe, he introduced these guys to everybody. And now a year later, we got phenomenal people walking in here every week. You guys.
Uno Mas, by the way,
Dan
Eric.
Moss is great people.
Dan Moss
Give that
helped
to him.
us out.
I'll
And
need
you know
one.
what? If anybody gets in touch with him, tell him Gratz said hello, all right?
Listen,
I'll let him know.
Yeah, we'll have a reunion
We
show.
should, Michael.
Yeah, we will.
He was a good guy, and he really
He's a
helped
really
you
good
out.
guy.
He's a good guy.
This Sig Lush is
Present
fucking
tense.
fantastic, man.
Thank you, Gratz.
Thank you. Loves a good
this?
pills, huh?
What's this? Miko's Revenge.
Mikado's
Rice
Revenge.
Guys,
Mikado.
I got to drive in like an hour.
So-
You can't get me drunk.
Listen,
yet.
you got 1 hour. Start drinking.
Grass, come see me. We got a 13.8 Santa Claus beer coming out in a month.
Oh, dude. I will sit there and I'll be at the bar and I'll be fucking sleeping an hour.
Yeah.
Are you
What'd you
serious?
say, Kev? Oktoberfest, yeah, exactly. Coming out Oktoberfest. So our Santa Claus is coming out Oktoberfest. 13. It went in at 13.8 into a W.L. Weller barrel.
Really?
We don't know what's coming out at.
Tim.
Could be gasoline. Get it in me.
Timmy, to be honest with you, I'm as
Aging that
naive
doesn't
as it
turn
is.
into
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
got me in here, and I asked questions, and I'm learning. So I'm turning friends on and stuff like that. I'm like, you got to listen to the show. We'll make you laugh and blah, blah, blah. Pete's really good. Mike's not that good. You know what I'm saying?
What was that? I can't hear you. Right? Huh? Yeah, okay, all right.
Well, first of all, what do you compare this Sig Lusher to? Is it more like a Rheingold, like an
Honestly,
older type of beer?
Older, we'd probably have to go with the Germans. There's a Kronbacher's a good one.
Oh, I
out of
like
Germany.
Kronbach. I've had it.
It's got good crisp. It's good gulpability. Yeah, we tried to
touch
fit it
this a little more.
between kind of the
This one I like
the
the best
hoppy Czechs and the kind of sweet Germans. So it fits that middle ground. We call it a Swiss Pilsner.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's good. This other one is good, too. This Bolton Landing Brewing Company is Mikado's Revenge.
So Pete was up at
these guys are all
Lake George.
4.2. Come on, man. Somebody get a fucking 6.5, a 7.
6.5.
But you got to drive in an hour.
He just arbitrarily yells out ABVs. He's like, give me like a 7.7 or give me a
What's it taste
8.1
like?
or
Don't give a fuck.
Yep.
He
Mike,
was
I got a
driving
question
the
for you
home.
about that. Yeah, I got a question for you. That one that's just going around. Is that the
The
flagship?
barbecue.
No, that's just one of our standards.
Just-
We have an original, we have a teriyaki, and a barbecue. Those are the standards that people like to see.
Yeah.
So that's one of
You
those.
got to have them on. Yeah,
Right.
you got to have them on the lineup.
And we have one we haven't opened yet. We have a black pepper.
There's a girl here? Where's the girl?
Some guys don't
I
like
see
black
a
pepper.
girl.
Some guys
Dana's over here. She's a big jerk, apparently.
I didn't see her. Hi, Dana. How are you? Dana, you should be in the pictures because if you go on Facebook, these fat fucks are on there. They're ugly
nice.
as shit.
Why? I'm
True story.
I'm gonna
Don't
show
put me
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Don't put me down.
I only hurt because it's truth.
Put a woman in there behind Pete at least.
It's fine. That's all right. Listen. Our audience
Yeah.
is only 25% women.
Really?
That much, huh?
Yeah.
I think you're aiming high there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You had a lot. You did a good job. You guys did a really good job last week. I had a lot of fun.
So
at
yeah,
Fifth
Graz
Hammer.
came down to
that was a good
the
time,
Fifth Hammer live show. It was a good time, and you enjoyed yourself.
I think
Every
Mark,
like 30
Matt
seconds, Dana's throwing
Ashamyo-
another bag of fucking jerky on the table.
Is there any
Like
more
some sort of meat fairy?
Should I expect any more meat?
Mike, we gotta send one to. We gotta send one to Dennis Murphy. Mike.
I know.
All right, what are we doing? You want to do black pepper or teriyaki now?
Yes.
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 Mike, do you realize
The
this
only
room is
appropriate
going to
answer.
smell like ass in about 20 minutes?
That's why I'm heading for the door soon.
It's, you guys have been on for 3 hours. I walked in, there was a
He's got
whiff.
the end of the table.
No, there wasn't a whiff. That was because the air conditioner went down for a good 20 minutes, and it got really hot, and we all had to run out of here. We stood outside for a while.
Are you serious?
Dude, we were in mid-broadcast, and the whole studio went black.
What happened? Just a power
The
outage?
electric went out, and the whole grid. The half the parking lot was out. The bodega's out. Everything was out just west of us.
We haven't had that happen in a while, huh?
Ever. I don't think it's ever done
Well,
mid-show.
I have to tell you, we were up. You were still up on Gov's radio. I mean, Gov's radio kept
There's
going.
no way it kept going.
Why the power
I stopped
pack?
it personally.
We had the backup power pack, don't we?
And the pepper.
We had the backup. Yeah, the audio, but this board went out. So I actually went over to it. Wow, this is like.
What are you doing? You're broadcasting and then taking the beef jerky and putting it in like.
I want to
spaghetti.
drop it into my mouth.
He's trying to put it in his mouth.
I'll put something in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Promises, promises.
I'll promise.
Don't
you
write a
something.
check your ass can't cash. I don't know what that meaning.
Hey, Graz, when you get Francilla out of your trunk and bring her in?
We'd love to hear from her. See if she
I
wants to
dropped
accept those
her.
tickets.
She actually, she's in the back of the car. She goes, "What do I need to do?" I go to the Wort with Mike and Pete. She goes, "Oh, I'm on it." I go, DM them, say your show sucks, and I just won.
That would be pretty boss, honestly, if she did.
I think she did. She said something like, I actually told her, tell him I won and I want a free bag of beef jerky. That's exactly what I told her to write. Is that what she wrote?
She did. She said, "Hello, this is Francilla. Can't wait for tickets and jerky."
Yeah, there you go. See, Mike?
Jerky.
I'm all about your jerky,
see my
Mike.
listing on eBay for the tickets.
Mike's got 2 tickets on Craigslist right now.
No regrets.
Oh, wow. It's good stuff, man.
Now that one was very, very good. That one was different than the standard
And all
one.
the
So
other
That was the black pepper.
black pepper.
That was the black
So that
pepper
really that kind of simmered down everything else that I was having. So I know Mark does a lot of good like pairings. He does his cheese,
He does,
his
with the cheese and the
the
bread.
jerky and the bread and
That
the
guy's
beer.
got
So
a fucking palate.
what has he kind of communicated back to you about those pairings and things that are going on?
I think we're going to be dropping off some more stuff. We're going to be doing some bacon. We're going to do some teriyaki, and I think he's doing a lot of the buffalo chicken coming up. So that's, I guess, what's been going well over there.
In general, I'm not a buffalo chicken guy. That buffalo chicken jerky was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I hit that with a little bit of ranch.
Yeah.
What's your best seller,
Yeah,
Mike? Mike, what's your best seller?
Yeah, it's a solid
Yeah,
one.
probably the buffalo chicken or the booze and the bourbon one.
Now, do you have them in any bars, or you're at Stop and Shop or stuff like
no,
that,
no,
or you
no.
just
we do a lot of sporting events where we do a lot of the craft breweries. Great South Bay has our stuff. Blue Point might be carrying our stuff. We do events at Dubco.
That's a big one.
Can I get a discount and sell it at the third rail in Belmore?
Because the answer is no.
Why is the answer no? I don't understand.
Because you started with, "Can I get a discount?"
All right. Well, if I buy 100 bags, maybe
why
how
would
much is
you
it?
buy 100 bags? Why would you have?
Because I want to make a profit.
No, why would he just sell them straight to the third rail and cut you out of the deal?
Because I'm the middleman. I'm introducing him. So because of that, I get a piece. Are you fucking kidding
There's
me?
something called social media and phones.
How much is a bag
You
there,
can make
Mike?
a phone call.
Right,
and
Graz, we'll get you with some juice. Don't worry about it.
All right,
We'll get
thanks,
you
Mike. Mike, I need a job. I want to get out of the car service.
much is a big?
Charlie won't hire me, and I got to get out of the car
That's
service.
true.
Somebody got to fucking help
Charlie
me.
will not hire you for obvious
Charlie's
reasons.
a smart guy.
Yes, he is.
Pete, I hope fucking Bermuda sucks.
It's actually
That's all you got?
Quite beautiful.
I'm being quiet.
I mean, you couldn't go like Bermuda Triangle or anything.
No,
Come
I
on.
just hope.
Step it up a little
I
bit.
hope you trip over.
I know
a
you're better
snail.
than that.
All
You
right,
can-
I'm sorry.
you can
Pete.
do better.
You rushed me off the phone, and I lost my sense of. First time
Again,
in
that
a
was
year, you
still
rushed
me.
me off.
Yep.
And I was annoyed, and I texted you because of it. Don't do this to me again, Pete.
It's happening again.
It's hurtful. All right.
It's not hurtful.
All right.
I'm just letting you know. It's just a phone and
Mike,
and
where are
things.
you located? I don't want to listen to this jabber anymore.
He's in Rocky Point.
You're in Rocky Point?
Point, yes.
And where are you in Kentucky there, Tim?
In Frankfurt.
And where are you in Jim the Anvil Neidhart?
He's going to go.
Ghost Brewing Company is out of Bayshore.
You haven't started yet, right?
Nope. We're hoping
You
to
took
open up in
over
a couple
Dan
of weeks.
Moss's space, and he hasn't. He never opened. So you going to open?
Well, Fire Island was running their tasting room, never opened. But yeah, our tasting room will be open from the day that we open.
Which is when?
We're hoping for mid to late August.
Oh boy, here
That's
we go.
good.
It's a fucking December opening.
Right.
Right? It's a fucking Christmas.
He's been here for so many.
Oh my God!
He was here for Secatog. He was
get
here
it.
for 27A.
Anytime it comes out of my mouth, I like halfway
I know.
chuckle. I'm like,
Yeah, he
I'm
was here for
mixing another
Hop
one up.
Wins.
Oh, please.
He was here for Long Beach.
Fucking hopscotch. It took him a month and a half to open up his fucking
Well,
place.
he's not even a brewery.
Whatever.
The problem
Now,
is-
Ghost. When did they open, Michael? Oh, they're still not open. It's fucking February 2020.
That's a long time.
that won't happen.
Yeah, no, that's too much. He's already kind of lined himself up for the right place, and he's past the government shutdown at this point, so it should be a matter of months.
And his buddy James from fucking Rocketog wants to put 2 lines up. Oh, my God.
His buddy, our buddy.
James is the informative one.
Well, he should. I mean, what they are trying to do over there at RBQ is introduce the city population to the Long Island population and vice versa. So
Just
it
put
works
them all
out
on my
well.
bus, and I'll transport everything back and forth.
Everything's about the bang bus, isn't it? Listen, I got to take a piss. Can we take a quick break?
You want to take a break?
I do.
Why don't you just
Because
leave
it was
and-
an hour ago when we took a
Why
break.
don't you just leave, and I'll interview the 3 guys.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All
what the
right.
hell?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Wort with Mike and Pete. and
host Graz.
I'm going to go pee, so this is going to be the Wort with Graz and Pete for just a few moments. We're here with Paul from Ghost. We're here from Tim from Sig Lusher. Also, Eric and Kevin are here. We have
like
Mike
Eric and Kevin.
Dana from 2 Big Jerks Beef Jerky, and I'm going to give them about 5 minutes to prove that I'm the one that should be sitting in the seat. So there you go, Gareth. Go ahead, have fun.
Go ahead, Pete. Ask some questions. Let's go.
On and off on Pete.
It's all about you, Pete.
the content.
I thought this was your
Your
fucking
name.
show.
It's the Wort with Mike and Pete with Pipples as a guest host every once in a while. It's all about you. You got a question? Here we go. All right, so Ghost, you're not opening up. So hopefully you're going to open up. We're going to go hang out with you. How many How many taps are you going to have on that line?
Once we open up, we're going to be starting off with like 8 beer taps. There is going to be an additional 4 within like about a month and a half. The plan for the other 4 lines is going to be to have a guest brewery line, a mead line from WA Meadworks. And because we're going to have a New York State farm brewery license, we're also going to be able to carry New York State spirits. So we'll be able to do cocktails with New York State
Like
spirits
bourbons
as well.
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. So for the other 2 lines, I actually plan on like having those for barrel-aged cocktails on tap.
Are you going to have
And
any
then having
food on site, or are you going to have?
We're not going to have any
all
food
the
on
food
site.
trucks?
We'll have like food trucks and things of that nature, but we're not going to have any sort of food or restaurant or anything like that on site.
Now, how do you choose what you're going to do with food trucks at the beginning? What do you like? What is compatible food-wise for your beers that you're going to have? See, look, I'm giving you very good questions, aren't I?
Oh,
right
no,
now?
absolutely.
Oh, this is a hard-hitting interview.
It's the Wort with Graz and Pete.
No, I mean, like a lot of our beers are going to be more on like that geek spectrum. Like really like for the food trucks, like what we're going to be looking for out of them is just really savory dishes, like something that could just really like hit that spot. Not just if you guys have ever eaten off like Gina's Wieners,
Sure have.
or
Gina's Wieners.
yeah, like that's a killer food truck. And you can't just dismiss it as like a hot dog truck, because once you start looking through the menu, they have like a Korean beef bowl and this.
It
and
was
that,
really
the other
good.
thing.
I
Yeah,
had that.
like-
These guys were sucking down dumplings at Fifth Avenue like
Fuck
it was.
yeah, I was.
Him and Mike, they ordered like 12 dumplings and they're sucking them down, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I could eat dumplings or dim sum like all freaking day, like,
Dude,
for sure. But
There's a
it's-
Mongolian dumpling truck there. I mean, you're making more than one trip.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just gonna be about like trying to find those like savory foods to match like something like as complicated as like the beers that we're gonna be putting out. Like we're not gonna be putting out, oh hey, here's your light beer, here's this, here's that. We're really gonna be trying to focus.
So there's
on
no Ghost Light.
No. No, like the Ghost Light really would be like the Ghost White, which I have like a sample growler from a test batch of that. It's a sweetgrass and white sage wit. We ferment it with Saison yeast, and then use like some
Let's try it.
sweetgrass and white sage through the hop back. And this is actually like a concept that I've wanted to brew for a while. And then when the whole ghost thing kind of came about,
What a fancy
it just
growler.
made
Ooh,
a
nice.
lot of sense. So basically,
What the hell is that? That looks like that looks like one of those genie bottles.
Yep, it's a growler.
That's
So,
a growler.
Yep. So
Excuse me. Turn off that guy's mic that just walked in, please.
So sweetgrass and white sage are both herbs that Native Americans would smudge to do away like evil spirits from a new room or whatever it may be. So I love wit beers. I love fermenting them with Saison yeast, and fermented this one really hot and dirty, like 76
Giggity.
degrees with the French Saison yeast. And then, it ripped through the hop back through the braids of sweetgrass and the loose white sage.
Do you want to know what the
And,
$100,000 question is? Are you gonna have air conditioning?
Oh,
during the
yeah,
summer?
the air conditioner's already in
dude,
there.
It's
already in
we were
there.
in fucking Fifth Avenue. I lost 25 pounds in that place. I was sweating by the time we said hello.
But I mean, I can promise anybody that drinks this, like you've never had a beer like this, even on the nose right off the bat, it's gonna hit you. And yeah, like that sweetgrass and like the white sage, it brings in some of these like oaky elements. Really plays off the Saison yeast really well. That black peppercorn character from fermenting it that hot really kind of neutralizes the beer a little bit. And yeah, like I said, like the white sage almost starts to turn a little bit oaky.
Perfect.
5.1%, and super dry, so it's really, really drinkable.
What's your percentages on your taps? Are you gonna have like a
He doesn't care about styles. He really wants to know what the ABV is
Yeah.
on all 8 beers.
like,
It's an APR, we call it. I call it the APR. What's your APR?
No one calls it that.
I do, all right?
Is
It's a
it-
fucking
is it
APR.
insured by the
Is it insured
FDIC?
by the FDIC?
Yeah.
Do you have
No.
Prestone?
There's going to be a fair amount of like high alcohol stuff, low alcohol stuff. Like we're actually not even going to be serving pints. We're going to be only doing like 10-ounce pours or 20-ounce pours.
What's your highest
Yeah.
what's your highest APR?
I'll take the 20.
What's your highest APR?
The highest ABV on the opening board will
APR,
be
go
like
with it.
10%.
We got it. He's trying
yeah,
to sell it.
Yeah, the highest percent on the opening board will probably be 10%.
Now what's in that? What is that?
By February, there will be hopefully 13.5%.
I'm in.
That
Dude, I'm in. I'm going to Kentucky for Timmy's 13.6. What are you kidding me? I'll have 2 of those. I'll be flying back. I'll be back in 20 minutes from Kentucky. Timmy.
So did you go through? I'm sorry, I just got back here. What did you go through here on this?
So this is a sweetgrass and white sage wit.
Wow.
The sweetgrass
some
and
sweetgrass.
white sage they're both herbs that Native Americans would use like smudged evil spirits.
You know
out
what I
of the
want with
home as a
this?
blessing.
I want a nice steak basted in like rosemary butter
Yeah.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So,
Wait a minute now. I didn't get any of
So
that.
you said
Some
they would rub
compound
this
butter
to make
with
evil
this?
spirits go away?
Yeah.
Graz, you still there?
I'm
Didn't work.
I'm here. I'm trying to get a little bit. Can I get some of that,
The
please?
joke went right over his head.
I didn't hear anything. I'm sorry.
No, just pour that. And I'll
Yeah,
get
so
some.
like for New Year's Eve, I'm hoping to be able to do a version of this in like Chardonnay barrels with a little bit of like
Ooh,
Brett
dry
seed.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chardonnay will dry it out, bring in some Brett seed to kind of bring in some of that like sour like pineapple kind of
What,
characters.
Brett seed? Oh, like sour.
Yeah,
Brett
Brett
seeds.
Namaya
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
and really
It
kinda bring in
smells.
some of
It
those
smells strong.
It smells very different.
See?
Yeah, it's super fragrant, and yeah, like you're like this is the
I
test
wanna
batch.
wipe this under my
I'm gonna be
arms
pulling
with
the
deodorant.
sage back a little bit, but
To ward away the mosquitoes.
Oh my God! What is this now?
Paul,
Yeah.
do you have the your first
Doesn't it taste
lineups
like you
already
should have a
kind of
steak
thought
with it?
through?
yes,
That's
Can you share it with them?
yeah,
Us?
yeah. I've got so
Yes.
Wait a minute. I got to tell you something. Drinking this, it's like I could taste the steak.
It's savory.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like you take like a prime rib with a little seasoning on it, and this beer, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
That's
Sorry,
a good
we-
job by you.
Yeah.
The ghost of Dan. The
That's
ghost
a
of
good
Dan.
job by you. That's
The
such a
ghost
dad-
of Dan
dad
Moss
thing
is
to
going to
say.
do well with
Of
you.
course, there's more jerky.
So the Ghost White will definitely be
Five
like
other
the first
bits.
beer
You did
list
say
on the
steak.
board.
Yeah.
I've got a Kentucky Common that I want to age on chocolate and cherries.
Ooh.
I have
Kentucky
this recipe.
Common. Hold on.
Yep.
We can tell
What
you
a
about this.
tie-in.
Nice tie-in. You want
Yeah.
to finish telling? And I'll,
Yeah.
back-
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll
yes.
run through
Give
the
it.
board real quick.
Yeah.
So I want to have a peanut butter banana nitro cream ale.
I'm in.
That one is going to be named
Yes.
after Elvis. He has this quote, ambition is a dream on a V8 engine. So I'm going to call it ambition is a dream. You know, it's enough of like a hipster beer
Right.
name.
Yeah,
Like,
people
you know,
love
it's,
it.
It's long enough to be like a band
A
album
band
title
album,
name,
yeah.
you know. I want to do, I'm going to be hitting up like a West Coast IPA, a Belgian style IPA. I've got a recipe pen for a rye saison with sweet orange peel and coffee beans. Wow. That I'm going to be calling Veil of Shadows.
What's your most exotic one you're going to make for the
one he just named.
for the Christmas for the Christmas time? For Graz.
Oh,
for Graz.
So for Christmas time, I'm going to be pulling
It's going
a
to be called
recipe out,
reindeer butt fucking. There you go, Graz.
I'm
That's
gonna be
you.
pulling out a recipe inspired by my grandparents.
Too much, huh?
They're English, and my grandma would always make Christmas pudding every year, which is kind of this like bread
like
pudding
Christmas
with like raisins and currants, and it's served with either like a cream sauce or a sherry sauce. So
My grandmother used to make it
years
all
ago-
the time.
Yeah, many moons ago, like when my grandparents passed, my brother, who's you know, a home brewer, he'd kind of come up with this concept of making a barley wine, like an English barley wine based off of my grandmother's Christmas pudding recipe. So, you know, we put the pen to paper, all English malts, all, you know, everything. And my goal, like for this year, like that, I want that to be like the Christmas release beer. Hopefully barrel aged in some like brandy barrels, and then I want to hold on to a portion of that for like next year and start like blending it in where it can like 2-to-1 blend, 3-2-1 blend, and really have that final product, you know, in a couple of years be a 3-2-1 blend of like that barley wine with the raisins and currants aged in barley and brandy and sherry barrels, and really kind of hit like, and that's just a recipe that's so close to our hearts.
What barrels
that,
are you looking at? Are you looking at
as far
bourbon,
as
wine,
those,
sherry?
For that beer in particular, I'm going to be looking at brandy and sherry barrels to kind of like mimic some of the flavors in the recipe. My brother turned me on to this one company that I believe like they age sherry in brandy barrels. So I'm going to try to like lock down those barrels like in the future, just to kind of like kill two birds with one stone. But moving forward, as far as like the whole barrel project goes, I want to have like everything, like bourbon, rye. Like I want to have some rum barrels.
I want all of the barrels.
I want I want all of the barrels. Like, there's a local Cooper in Medford that I plan on like getting like some new barrels from. And what my goal really too is for next year's Oktoberfest is I want to do a super old school Oktoberfest. Like brew it in March, put it in barrels in May, pop it open in September, like maybe give it a real nice light dry hop just to like boost the aromatics or whatever, but put out a traditional old school oak aged Marzen.
And we will be
so
there.
So my goal is
that's
to
one of our favorite stuff.
procure a set of like neutral barrels by May to be able to age that through the summer and then go from there. But you know, I want to be doing like a lot of beer to guards, a lot of saison work.
Would it be creepy for me to sit as Santa Claus and you just hand out beer and have the kids sit on my lap and each kid?
It wasn't
only
until,
if I can
until the
dress
kids
as the
were
elf.
involved.
What?
It wasn't creepy until the kids were involved.
Well, no, the kids got a candy cane and I keep drinking beer there for free.
Well, you should have just said, let me get some 50-plus women.
Yeah. All right.
And just, you know, like, you know, in their, you know, the twilight
Ghost,
of the
can I
years.
be the Santa Claus for Christmas at Ghost Brewery? And
Totally not.
No.
You know, you were a shitty fucking champion during the WWE days. You fucking sucked, Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
You couldn't even get the Intercontinental belt.
You fucking you sucked, and you just dropped dead about 6 months ago.
Did he?
Legion of Doom held, you know, 3
Well, now
tag
we
team
can.
belts
Oh,
between
please.
3 federations. So
Yeah.
that's where my heart was at.
All right,
Tim,
Tim, we were going to talk about Kentucky Common.
Sorry.
So to dial it back, yeah.
I was going there. I was literally saying, all right, plane, you're going to land on runway 24. We got to direct that back in there.
All right, so we're going to go back to your Kentucky Common and kind of talk to the people out in the ethos, you know, La La Land, about what Kentucky Common is, because quite frankly, not many people know what it is. It is the only style of beer that is native to Kentucky because it is made from bourbon mash bills. It was the cheapest beer you can make. You had the same ingredients.
That makes sense.
You flipped a few of them. So I'm dying to try your Kentucky Common when you come out with this. We've got one in the works. Well, actually, no, the works one in. We keep it constantly kind of fermenting. We do an E.H. Taylor Kentucky Common in E.H. Taylor barrels and do it Solera style. So we're constantly
Absolutely ridiculous. I want it in my mouth now.
I've been saying that for a while.
Why?
It is. Well, I'm going to get you a bottle of it because we release 86 bottles of it a month.
You have a limit on how many you can release?
Yep. We so our barrel collection, we keep it small. We don't. It's not the limit. It's not legal. It's just how many we have.
Yeah, I was like, there's a legal limit.
No,
to how many
there's no
you
legal
release?
limit. We, you know, our barrel collection is kind of a side project to us. It's really
Okay.
kind of showcases and gets people down to the tap room. Our main product is the Pilsner that everybody's been drinking. We're hoping to get that up here.
Well, let me ask you a question. With that just said, a quick sidebar. What else is on tap at the brewery right now?
So we keep things limited. We're back to limited for specific reasons. We're a lager house.
And that actually protects us on a lot of reasons. People come in and ask for an IPA, we can go, nope.
Yeah.
Because it's
I mean, literally.
it's like, nope.
How long are you in
That'll put you out
business,
of business
Tim?
here.
How long are you in business?
So this time around, we've been in business about a year, Grass.
What happened before
that? This is our third brewery.
Jesus Christ.
First brewery was burned down.
Oh, boy.
Thanks to Sherman.
There you go.
Second brewery was
Wait,
torn.
Sherman? Was that like the guy
As
from
in, like, the Civil
Sherman,
War.
Sherman.
Yeah.
No, Sherman from American Pie. He's a Shermanator? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Sherman. Well, yeah, it's his predecessor. Yeah, we actually got into this about 1855.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, Sig came in 1855 in Memphis. Bad timing on his part. We got paid for that one. We came back, landed in Frankfurt the second time in 1865. You can see on the bottles, 1866.
Yeah.
Yep, that's when we started the second brewery. It lasted until his death.
So what are you, 140 years old?
I am.
Holy shit.
You
look fantastic.
This is what beer gets you.
That's all right. Can I ask a question from 150-year-old to a 140-year-old?
Yeah.
Can you still get it up?
Without
very
a pill?
concerned. Very
We're asking
concerned.
you.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, but I need a pill. At least two.
So yeah,
Oh, God.
Do we need to ask Francilla?
And the show has reached a new low.
Well, I'm sorry, Pete. You're just a fucking machine. I know that. You're harder than a rock.
Sex machine.
Yeah, he's just putting out. He's just pumping out
Goddamn
babies
accent.
like anything.
Yeah, really. That's all he is. He's the sperminator.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, if you want to ask Francilla,
Shermanator.
I can answer in her voice for you.
Yes. There you go.
Thanks, Mike.
Hope you have a self-locking
You know, Mike, I'm going to stick a fucking jerky up your ass.
You promise?
Yes.
Just not the spicy one.
No. Listen, I got to tell you something. The first one you handed me, I swear to God, if I dropped a deuce, I'd be bleeding for an hour. The other one I just had was fantastic. Eric, what was the one you just
They're all
gave me?
fucking good.
No, the
They've
last
all been
one.
great.
Oh, the beef is fantastic.
Oh, the original.
See, the original doesn't have a spicy, so for guys like me that got a bad stomach and do a lot of poops, that's good for me. You know what I mean?
You didn't promise.
Sound like a
Guinness the whole
7-year-old.
bag.
You do the big poop.
I said it to my kid all the time.
do the big poopies.
Hey, listen, I got a fucking 7-year-old and a 12-year-old. With the 7-year-old, I got to tell him, "Did you do poops?" Yeah, I did poops, Dad. Wipe my ass.
They're good times. By the way, that the original paired up very well. That one you opened up with Paul's lemongrass. That's a great combination of the two, between the taste and then the floral. That's exactly what I was hoping for. We had
That's what we
Mark,
do with Mark.
Yeah,
At Hopscotch.
and
They
Ryan makes
pair
that
'em up.
compound butter. I had him save me like a half a stick of that, and I brought it home immediately. The next day, I had it on my steaks on the grill. It was perfect matching. So this kind of reminds me a little bit of that kind of that floral with the savory
It all
with
pairs
the
well.
beef. Yeah, that's exactly the type of stuff that Mark's doing out there, and that's the
why
exact
it works
reason
great.
why that your jerky works very well with a lot
I'll be
of
there
it.
Thursday dropping some more off.
There you go.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
They come
Bought up
teriyaki.
extraordinaire. Richie Zarelli's listening. He says
Hey,
he said
Richie.
he'd like a bag of beef.
He's not getting one.
He'd like a bag of beef jerky from.
Only
You
Dennis
can make
Murphy.
a stop in Hopscotch in Deer Park.
Listen, we should.
Long Island's own bottle shop.
Yes, we're gonna.
Of
We're gonna,
Long
craft beer
Island
and
Avenue.
provisions.
we're gonna have a
I have to tell you, I love him. Hopscotch.
Oh yeah.
Mark's a sweetheart.
Mark is the nicest
Isn't he?
one of the nicest guys in the world. He's got great cheese and good bread.
Good cheese.
Yeah, he's got good cheese.
Homemade bread was
The homemade
unbelievable.
bread is.
So the board up extraordinaire Richie Zarelli, who's my board up, Tim. He wants Mike. He wants to go to www.twobigjerky.com.
There you go.
And I actually created a coupon code for the show.
Oh, how much we get
Oh,
off?
$1 off every bag.
See, if I get 100 and I sell it to the fucking bar,
You're not getting any of that.
You know, Michael. Michael, you know, yeah, I can put him in my trunk.
We're
Thanks,
not
Eric. Thanks, Eric.
Got to feed Francilla something.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
You're right there.
She could be dead by now. I don't think the air's going to last for another 20 minutes.
Kind of
Got
hot
a
out
couple
there.
of gunshot
I
holes
gave
in there.
her,
though,
I gave her 30
ventilation
minutes.
holes, right?
After that, I told her to hold her breath.
The rug you have it wrapped into Berber. It doesn't.
Smell like dog.
Oh, God.
We should put that on our website, by the way.
She said, take me to Elmont. He said, I don't think so.
Oh, you mean Belmont? I got it. I'm right there.
This guy's great. He just keeps handing me jerky.
Did you guys stop off at Valley's on your way home from Elmont? Or?
Ooh. Who knows Valley Catering? You know Valley Catering?
Oh yeah, my family grew up there.
Okay,
before I
so if
was
your
born.
family grew up there, you
But we
remember?
still eat
You
there.
know where the bagel store in Rita's Ices is right on Franklin Avenue, across the street from Friendly's.
Yeah,
I ran. Well, you know
Why not?
You know where the car wash is? Right across the street, there's Rita's and the deli.
Yeah.
I ran the deli was a bar called Inns 41. I ran that bar for 18
that's where
years.
Inns 41 is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
shit.
usually hit up that bagel store over on like Hempstead Turnpike.
I did a lot of cocaine in that bar.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I was thinking. Is that where
But
you're doing
Graz, then
rails on the
disco
bar?
became
or-
unpopular, so you stopped doing it.
Yeah, but you know, rails didn't, so I kept doing those. That's
used
why.
To, used to shit in the spackle bucket.
Yeah, I used to shit in the spackle bucket. I was so high. I couldn't go upstairs, and I was scared to be around people. So I'd shit in the spackle bucket, come up, wash my hands, and then feed everybody drinks the whole time. Good times,
So
good times, huh, Mike?
Good thing the health inspector isn't around.
Moving on.
All right, so just so
And
you know
another
what
low.
goes
You went
on.
to that bar.
Another new low. What an evening!
As soon as I walked in, it hit depths unheard of.
No,
For
they're
good
heard
reason.
of. We've heard of them. Let me ask you a question, Mike. So you have 13 varieties?
14.
Son of a bitch. I missed the other one.
That's
All right,
fine.
so 14 varieties. How many of these are your best sellers? Would you say like 50% of them are the best sellers? 20.
You know, it depends. You know, if we're doing a sport event, we do a lot of like sport tournaments. It's a lot of times the hot stuff. But we do the beer events. It's the teriyaki, the black pepper, the barbecue, the more
ones that
more
are
neutral. Yeah, the more neutral stuff that doesn't really conflict too much with the beers.
Okay.
If you want me to take 100 bags to a Jet, I'm going to the Jet game on in September. I'll sell them for you if you need.
What
I'll put you on commission.
What are the flavors that you think that you wish were more popular? Like someone just doesn't, people aren't just getting that you feel like.
I feel like. Yeah, the carne asada.
Really?
That one we really liked.
Yeah. That was quiet.
That was a
for
really
while.
good one. You like the carne asada,
It's
Graz?
tequila season,
Dude,
so.
I have to tell you, this stuff is good. Michael, in my first time, I've been doing radio for 20
It is
years.
a different. That's
This is the first
pretty
time I've
different
ever
for
sweat
jerky.
in my life. I started talking about cocaine.
Yeah.
My phone rings. It's
Absolutely.
my wife.
What'd she
I
say?
thought she was about to tell me, "Shut your mouth up about your past, you dumbass."
Everyone on the Facebook moms group of your Farmingdale moms group is listening in, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Oh,
good.
boy. That's great.
Honey barbecue. Where did this fucking come from? Oh my God.
Hey, Mike, what's your next creation for
That's
jerky?
mild.
Do you have one that you're going to create
Yeah,
soon?
do you have-
Carolina,
do you have a-
Carolina Reaper.
What's
Oh, my
Carolina?
God.
What's
Real.
Carolina Reaper? What is that?
Yeah.
It's
Speaking
the hottest
of making
pepper in the
your
world.
The real.
So now, is that the way to go? I guess.
Is that
hot
considered
is
the
hot?
hottest thing ever
It
now?
is. It's
Mike, I
right
got
now,
this, all right?
it's the
Don't worry,
hottest
Mike.
thing
It's 3
going, and
hours
if you
in. I
buy
got
a
this.
bag of beef jerky with the Carolina Reaper, you get a free roll of toilet paper.
You're gonna need it.
That's
And a
great.
free. You know, you should put like a free Tums in there too.
Exactly.
But is that the way it's going, Mike? That everything's got to be hot?
Everybody loves hot.
Yeah.
Hot always sells.
Really? How about like a
Absolutely.
shrimp flavored teriyaki or something? Beef
That's
jerky?
atrocious.
Yeah. Do you think it's
Mike,
because
fuck
they're trying to? You think it's because people are trying to one up themselves and like?
Yeah, I
oh,
think
I can
it's
do the
like a
ghost pepper.
challenge.
Oh,
It's
I
a
can do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
10
people-
million Scoville
You know,
units.
people buy the Carolina Reaper like, I know who I'm going to give this to.
Yeah.
So I say, I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to give it to. Yeah.
I went to
You bought it.
Exactly.
going back years ago.
But
I
it
bought
tastes
the ghost pepper at one point
pepper's
at
tough.
like a place, and I was like, oh yeah, I can do this, and I did it, and
No
it was
fucking way.
fine. I get home the next day, I'm like, I don't remember it. Let me taste it again. Couldn't handle it. So it's a matter of how drunk you are and how much your palate's kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
And then how much you can take that next day when there's no alcohol and there's no other thing on your. Trust me, you can't take it.
You
It's
can't. You don't want
rough.
to. You don't want to.
Like,
It doesn't sound enjoyable.
one thing I've really appreciated about like all your like spicy ones too, like it's not just this like senseless heat. It's a very flavorful,
Exactly, and that's what we shot-
intentional heat. It's not just
Right.
like, hey, this is spicy because like it's super flavorful.
Exactly, and that's
that's
what we
the type
shoot
of
for.
spice I like.
And I
you
tell
know?
people all the time, I say, we don't make it spicy just to be spicy. It's actually extremely tasty.
Complimentary.
So you eat it, it's spicy, you move on, you go on to the next thing, you try something else. And we have one, you guys haven't tried it yet.
I feel like I've had
spicy
more
ones,
than.
I think
I
the,
feel like I have
the
more
last
than
one.
14 jerkies
But
here.
this one we call Some Like It Hot. It's
Okay.
We started with our teriyaki base. and we jacked up the spice. So it's like a spicy version of teriyaki.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So, some people like different things, and we try to have something for everybody,
We're
Oh.
actually working on another flavor too. We're going to call salsa.
Hold on, Dana. Dana, pick up this mic here. I'll mute it for a second. It's just much easier when you're talking to Mike because then people are wondering online what the hell's going on. God.
Who am I talking to?
Yeah.
We're working on another flavor called salsa dulce. But it's the flavor. It's
It's named after grass. It's salsa douchebag. I got it. Yeah.
You're getting the flavor
out here?
of jalapeno
Mhm.
without the seed, so there's not
Okay.
heat, but it has it's going to be really good.
You get all the flavor of a jalapeno without it being spicy,
without it
which
being
is handy.
spicy,
I like that.
which is
Yeah.
really
Right.
cool, which is
Just
really
become
nice.
option.
So I'm tweaking that and.
You know what I just made? I have some jalapenos I'm growing in the garden. I cut them in half, gutted them, stuffed it with like a cream cheese chicken kind of filling, wrapped them in bacon, put them on the grill. You don't taste any
I
spice.
think it just moved.
There was no spice there. It was awesome. It was
Yeah,
just that
jalapeno-
full.
jalapeno's a great
I
flavor.
appreciate the flavor of jalapeno without the spice.
I think this is a dumb question, but people can go to your website and buy the jerky online, of course, right?
I'm going on there now.
We ship all
I'd
over.
love to see what you guys do with
I'm
like
already
a curry
on.
spice, like a curry and lime or
You know,
something.
you know,
Like-
we're always looking for new stuff to do. Obviously, you can see we got 14 goddamn flavors, so we're always looking
14 goddamn flavors.
It's good because that heat is so sensible
nice.
and so flavorful. Flavorful. I'd love to see you what
Absolutely.
you guys would turn out with like.
Do
some
you
curry.
rate
When are we
them-
going to get beer and when are we going to get jerky infused beer?
Unfortunately,
we
the lab
actually
tried.
Kill
we
the,
worked on a beer
carbonation.
jerky.
We tried, didn't work
and
out well.
I just,
Didn't
it
do
didn't,
it?
it didn't translate well.
It just didn't work.
No.
How long is it taking you to make 14 different flavors, Mike?
5 years.
What was your first one?
The original.
What was your
That's why we
second
call it
one?
original.
Teriyaki.
Teriyaki?
And your third.
What's your
Teriyaki.
no?
And your
I'm not
fourth.
asking the third. What's your
Teriyaki.
last? Shut up. What's
right.
your last one?
The most recent one is a honey barbecue chicken.
Nice.
Ooh.
I got to tell you something. Everything I've had that's non-spicy is phenomenal.
Thank
The
you, Greg.
spicy's great too, but I don't have the stomach.
I
for
thought
it.
the triple X one, whatever the
That was
X.
actually
The hot and
yeah.
spicy
as far as
triple
the
X.
spicy ones go, so far I think that was
That pops.
yeah. It was
Big
really
fan
good.
of the buffalo chicken.
Buffalo
of
chicken's
course,
also
love
good,
the
yeah.
bacon barbecue.
that's
The
not-
original
you
was
didn't
very
try that
good.
one.
Oh,
The
dude, you
carne
like
asada.
everything.
No, I mean
The carne
Mango
asada
habanero
is-
is still like number one.
Carne
for me.
asada is unusual. You
That's
don't see
definitely one of the
cilantro on
biggest.
jerky.
Out
And-
of our hots, that's the biggest.
some like it hot. This is hotter than that other
No,
one.
no.
Fucking
Okay.
people are checking out on Facebook and everybody's just jumping away. Oh, this is great. Great show. All right, what do you got? Habanero? What do you want? Teriyaki?
Well, listen, they got there's a podcast or a
This is
radio
super
show on
tasty.
here called Let's Eat Long Island, where
This
all
might
they do
be-
is eat.
I
So-
like Felix. Hey, Tim, when
Sure.
are you going home?
Tomorrow.
How long? Can I ask you, how did you came here for just to travel and say hello to Mike and Pete? Or how did you get to,
We're not
how
that
did you
popular.
get
Say
to
yes.
this show?
Say yes.
Tell the
Just say
truth,
yes.
Tim. Don't lie, because I want to know the truth.
All right. So the truth about this.
Me and my wife were on our honeymoon, and
we say, we picked
In
the
New
wrong
York
number.
City.
My digital coordinator or social media person, Mia, my girlfriend, Mia Kanidas, she was actually trying to reach out to these guys inadvertently, invited them down to Kentucky, and they say, hey, that's great, we should go, but you're in Kentucky. So next time you're up in New York, come up and see us. So I happen to be here this week because I've got a house over in Astoria, and one of my partners is in the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So anything available for rental at the house in
It's starting,
Astoria?
starting to look. The neighbors kind of
I
starting
got
to
friends
bloom.
looking. If you need.
We can talk after this. Turns out, though, the guys when you were at Fifth Hammer last week,
Yep.
those are good friends of mine. So
That guy's great. He needs
He
air
is.
conditioning, but that guy's
Yeah,
great.
That's a great guy.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, guys. And I talked to Pete. He said, like, we'll call in next week. Didn't get a chance to, but he said, invited me out for this week. So I brought beer. It was a good trip out, and here we are.
Are you happy? Did you enjoy it?
I
Have
did.
you listened to the show before, Tim?
I had not until I found out about the guys. Yeah, but since then,
So you've
Big
listened
fan.
a couple of times?
I have now.
I am the comedic relief. You realize that, right?
You are. That's why.
you.
That's why I keep coming back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. James from Rocketog, whatever. He's more
RBQ.
RBQ. He's more informative. As soon as I get on, he's like, I don't want to listen to this shit no more.
Actually, Mike, if you want to, there's a segue into that because there's something I forgot when James is on. He was talking about the kind of the microbiology, the yeasting.
Yes.
We got a story for that. People have asked us, do we have our original recipe from back in the day? We don't.
Okay.
This beer is really damn close, though. What we did have was the original yeast barrels, and or the buckets, and we came this close. And everybody look at me; it's like really. My fingers are close
Tiny,
together.
tiny.
Tiny. We almost brought them back to life.
after 127 years.
Jesus.
We found
Talk to
them.
St. James.
We had the actual cells. Fed them chicken soup. They died. Evidently, don't like chicken soup. But we came almost close to using the same barrel. Funny part, the lab though that we gave it to. I guess this is the way scientists think. I walk in, it's a sealed barrel or sealed container. It's brass, and it hasn't been opened in years. First thing the scientist does in an open air, opens up and takes a big whiff. We go, that could have been smallpox. She freaked the fuck out.
It was
Dana's offering me more beef jerky. Dana, I'm going to buy it. I'm not like these cheap fucks looking for a handout.
Sounds more like a
I'll buy a
brewer
bunch
than
of
a
packs.
Oh, it is.
scientist.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just
wait, what's
kidding.
this?
Relax.
No,
Don't worry.
right.
She's handing
Whoa.
out beef jerky for free. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm going to buy some now.
Garage, maybe you want to come in and look at Meat Mountain on the table.
Why you have your own? What's Meat
Mike
Mountain?
was
Hold on,
alluding to,
Right on the table in front of me.
Let's talk real talk
St.
here.
James Brewery from out east had found a shipwreck off Long Island.
Yeah.
And they harvested some yeast from, I think it was beer.
It's amazing how resilient it is. Castle and Key found their yeast out of plumbing. Like they revived the old E.H. Taylor
Castle and
distillery.
Keith?
Castle and Key.
Key.
It was the old E.H. Taylor distillery. But it had been dormant for 25, 30 years.
Okay.
And they went to the
amazing.
piping, and was able to scrape some yeast out.
That's fucking
And that's what they're using.
crazy.
I know, like St. James, like
That's
their
some
like
Quincy
initial
shit.
house strain.
Yeah.
He captured a wild yeast strain on
did.
Long Island that he then like cultivated into his house.
Wow.
So even his house yeast, like he's cultivated on Long Island, and like he started that culture from a single cell.
That's crazy.
So like the
That's
shipwreck,
We gotta
like,
get
that's
him
a
on.
whole other yeast that
Yeah, he was
not
he
working
was just
with new
featured
product.
in Newsday actually. I saw him on the.
Jamie's really great people.
Yeah,
It's also amazing how long these yeasts last. I mean, so back to our ties with Buffalo Trace, we go back to E.H. Taylor. We sold the yeast because people forget that bourbon's like at that time was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Beer was like 3,000.
Yeah.
So we made all the yeast for the distilling industry around Frankfurt. Our brewery did, and so that was our relationship at the time. But Buffalo Trace has had their yeast since like the 1890s, I think.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
And just they continuing to propagating it. So
That's
it's
it.
not.
Did you just keep it in their growing area and then just move it from piece to piece and siphon off some and then let that grow and then leave the original to the original.
Right, and Paul can attest to this. I mean, a lot of the beer profiles we give to hops or to the ingredients, it's actually the yeast.
Yeah,
that's doing all that flavor.
I feel like it's also the water. The
We
water
had- it is.
changes things a little bit. Like here on Long Island, we have a very different water profile than some of the people in New York City or upstate or in the New England area. So every time you can duplicate the yeast, the hops, all the other adjuncts. But when you change the water, the complexity of the beer changes.
Yeah, we had the water, the system, like all that stuff will flip. But like a lot of people do really underestimate the yeast and also like undereducate themselves on the yeast. It's like, well, what yeast are you using? Oh, I'm just using this. Well, why? Well, because that's what everybody else uses. Well, yeah, but aren't you trying to achieve different results? Don't you want these other flavors? Blah blah blah. Like, and especially like in this realm now where like hops are so like that's all people want to talk about. Like that's the sexy thing. Like this hop, that hop, that hop.
From
blah,
New
blah.
Zealand.
A lot of people are like forgetting about the basics, like malt, like water, like yeast. And
How the fuck do you hand me a
can
jug
have-
that's empty? How do you do that?
There was a little bit left.
There
I
was
strained it
nothing
out.
left. There was a schmegma of it. It was like the.
I said there was a little bit left.
Hold on.
Magma. Can you, Dana? Is there
We
any
had,
more beer in there? Can
we
you
had,
give it to him before
the
he
boys from
starts
Hopkins on
freaking out
last year, and
there you go. Give it to them.
their thing is they want to do a
Feed
split
the
batch
beast.
system. So start with a base beer and then change one ingredient and brew it twice. They had brought us 2 different New England IPAs. All they changed was the yeast. Vastly different flavor.
I mean,
profile.
completely different.
Completely
That's
different beer.
what that you and I were sitting there going,
Blew my
"Holy
fucking
shit!
mind.
How much that changed?"
Like you could take a Hefeweizen yeast and like take the same batch and ferment it with the same yeast at 5 different temperatures, and you're gonna get 5 different beers.
That's crazy.
Like this temperature will give you all banana. This temperature will give you all bubblegum. This temperature will give you all like clove.
This temperature will give you a boner.
And then but like
72.8.
Like a beer like a Hefeweizen, a lot of times they're like, all right, I'm gonna hold it at like this temperature for a couple of days, then I'm gonna bring it down or like up to this temperature for a couple of days, like all for specific reasons. But like you could take the same beer fermented with the same yeast at different temperatures, and you're gonna have 5 different beers.
And isn't that what really
Depending
keeps
on the yeast and
beer
whatnot.
everywhere
Saison
very
yeast, too,
unique?
like-
I mean,
Well, it is, and that's also why a lot of the bigger breweries. I mean, it's not the ingredients that are proprietary; it's their yeast.
Yeah.
Heineken's a big example. All the big macros in the U.S. are as well. Paul and I were talking earlier that E.H. Taylor Common we were talking about. We're using 6 yeasts in that.
Wow,
it's a live
Tim,
system.
you know who you sound like? Donald Sutherland.
I've not had that before.
You sound exactly like Donald Sutherland.
He's looking up clips of Donald Sutherland. That's it.
We can go Donald to
He's
Donald.
a Hunger
It's
Games.
fantastic. You should do like hi.
You're right. That's not.
I'm not taking this to go. Yeah, it's definitely
like
a compliment.
So what types of yeast are you using in there?
That's also a
that you wanna
Dylan question.
share?
Yeah, I actually can't. I can tell you about our Pilsner yeast because it is a Swiss yeast, but the ones that Dylan threw into his Kentucky Common, I mean, that's his baby.
Yeah.
And so
from a Long Islander, like that brew a Kentucky Common and just based off the research and inspired by the style, and somebody from Kentucky actually brewing Kentucky Commons, like. I know when that style first kind of started becoming resurgent about like 8 or 10 years ago, there was initially like they were talking about, oh yeah, it's like slightly soured because based off of all the notes that we could see, like it's slightly sour. But now I know even like the BJCP like guidelines say like, no, it's not a sour beer.
No.
But how do you guys like in Kentucky like in Kentucky, what is a proper Kentucky Common?
Proper Kentucky Common is you get that kind of light lager taste to it. You do get a little sour on the back end, which keeps it crisp. But what you're really getting is a lot of heavy corn taste to it, which is good. It's nice. Corn.
You are turning me on with that voice.
It's all whiskey. It's all whiskey.
Kentucky Commons and cream ales are the only 2 styles native to this country as far as beer goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew the cream ale. Cream ale sounds correct, but I didn't know the Kentucky Common.
I saw Common, for Secatog.
Yeah, like this California Common, and there's a bunch of other.
I mean, the name
is
in
a
it.
cream ale like Valentine? Is that considered like a cream ale? Valentine. In the old days,
I have a
Valentine was
cream ale
a cream ale.
Boddington is technically considered a cream ale, but that's really more like a bastardization of like the technical style, even though like.
Pete Valentine was from the 60s, just so you know.
Yes, we know.
Do we want to try cream ale? I have a cream ale from Fifth Hammer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had that.
Jenny
the other
cream
night.
ale.
It's Angelo.
Yeah, Jenny's a cream ale. I forgot about
Mustache makes a great cream ale.
Yes,
cream
yeah,
ale,
they
big
do.
Jetty ale, like.
Yeah, so
There's was it the lawn beer? Is that the one?
Yeah. Mustache lawn beer. Like,
yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Killer.
that one's.
I think that's one of the best light beers on Long Island.
Pete, what is that you're opening?
Another
This is
crowler.
from Fifth Hammer. This is their Tangelo cream ale.
This is a Cool Kids
I hope.
beer.
Yes.
It's the cool kid beer.
So in Kentucky they are like slightly soured.
It depends on which one you get. Some of them are, as with any brewery, depends on who you're doing, who's doing it. Depends on what you get. We do brew ours. It's a little bit sour on the back end. You're getting a lot of almost like Hefeweizen notes on it. But because that system is so active, we taste it every 2 weeks because we're doing a Solera system. You have to pull from one to put into the other, then you release. It changes every 2 weeks, so we can tell by the flavor where it is in the life cycle.
Like piece by piece, moment by every week you're gonna.
And it changes every single time, and we're always surprised.
Now in Kentucky, like, is there like any like trash talking going on between like the breweries that do Kentucky Commons like that aren't sour as opposed to the ones that are?
No,
like,
it's really
and
not.
when I'm saying like sour with the Kentucky Common, I'm not talking these like sour bombs. They're like 2 style.
No, it's actually like
just,
more
a slight
Berliner Weiss
tartness.
meets a
Yeah.
Hefeweizen. That's
That's
kind of what we mean by
so there's
sour.
like some like banana notes.
Oh,
going
absolutely,
on in
some
there.
banana notes.
Okay.
And then when we add it to
That's
the
definitely
barrel, you're
something I
getting some
wouldn't have
caramel
expected as far
and
as-
some oak, some caramel, obviously the bourbon in the back end, but some almost little chocolate notes too. So you got a little candied.
That's crazy to think that's like a native beer.
We don't leave it in very long, so I mean it's no one can see this, but yeah, it's a light. We leave it till it's very light. We only leave it in maximum 2 months.
Huh.
The idea of what we're trying to do, we're not trying to do a barrel aged beer, but we want to pull some of those good notes out of the oak,
right?
Just to kind of add it to that complexity of the common. Back to your point, Paul. No, there's not really a battle of Kentucky Common. Dylan, I will say, give shouts out to my brewmaster.
Heyo.
Dylan Greenwood, everyone.
Is Dylan watching tonight?
He is, and his wife is pinging me at the moment.
Tell him to call.
Dylan, your wife is DMing me. She wants me to come over and satisfy her. No, I'm kidding.
Dylan, if you're watching, call in because we'd love to talk to you.
I don't think you know what DMing means.
Listen, I just saw on Facebook, Jacob Baranowski has a question. He said, You ever try a Polish beer? It's a 6.5% alcohol on a regular. It's called
Bombsha?
Zivtek or Ochtem or Lehe or Special or Tisket.
Ochtem.
Who's autistic?
I'm autistic.
That might be true. All right, no, I've never heard of any of those.
No?
Actually, anybody?
You can
anybody
actually
here?
probably get most of
Ochtem,
those beers out in
Hopscotch.
Copac.
Hopscotch.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you can get
that's
the
true.
hopscotch?
No,
Okay.
but you're right. No, you're right. 100%. Copac's Fine Fare has one of the largest selections of
one of our original sponsors.
Polish-based beer. Absolutely.
That was one of the cool things about growing up in Copac. Like, huge Polish population, huge Spanish population.
Road. One side Spanish, one side Polish.
All the great food. All the great food.
The Oak Street Car Wash.
Pierogies and pupusas. Let's go, man.
One day,
did you spend any time in Lindenhurst, or were you always in Copac?
So I went to Copac. I got my car
You know
washed.
the cool kids, right?
A bunch of guys speaking Spanish. Whatever, that's fine. They drive the car. They do a good job. I literally go back the next day.
Yeah.
92 Polish guys working at the car wash.
Changed over tomorrow.
The one over by Cabanos, like right off by the train
Right
station?
by the train station.
Yeah. I know which is. That's a great one.
Mr. Mike, would you like me to wipe your oils, please? I'm
No,
leaving.
I would not like to wipe your oils.
Mike from Jerky.
No.
Tim from Kentucky.
No, none of that.
Jim Neal Neidhart.
Later, bud.
Hold on. This is the word of Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. Who do we get on the phone?
This is Dylan Greenwood.
Hey, what do you say there, buddy?
We sampled your wares. They're delicious.
Yes.
Dylan, you got great wares. I'm leaving, Dylan. Take care of
Are
yourself.
you really?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm saying goodbye to
All
you
right.
guys.
All right,
Forget
sorry.
about
I
Dylan.
appreciate it.
Hold on.
Dylan, where are you from?
We also appreciate it, Dylan. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
fuck you. Good night, Mike from
Take care,
Jerky.
Grass.
Tim, we'll see you in
Later,
Kentucky.
Grass.
Absolutely, Grants.
Jim Neidhart. Good
Yeah.
luck to you. I wish you
you.
congratulations.
I look
Ghost
forward to
Brewery.
pouring your pint.
I
Yes.
look forward to seeing you. Dana, thank you. Eric. And who's the other guy?
Eric and Kevin.
Eric and Kevin, thank you very much.
I think they're out dumping an
The
engine
Wort
in the
with
back.
Mike and Pete, the greatest beer show in America.
Thanks,
Pete's
buddy.
the talent, Mike sucks. See
All
you
right.
later.
Now you're muted. Can we appreciate that?
Hey, Dylan.
Hey,
How you doing?
good.
Good. We're actually, I was bragging on you. We're talking about a number of your creations, and I got to the point I couldn't answer the questions anymore, so we just had you call in. You want to tell everybody about the Kentucky Common? Because we're talking a lot about yeast, and you're the better person to talk about that.
Yeah, well, Kentucky Common was the only brew that is.
He drank too much Kentucky Common. I think he died. Dylan, you're
I'll
all
take
right?
2 of those.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you're here.
All right, there you go.
Dylan, you're on.
Dylan, I want you to be my new best friend.
Yes. We're going to get along just fine. Oh.
And there goes.
Dylan hit the panic
All
button.
right, Dylan, give us a call back. It definitely was his phone. It wasn't him.
Okay.
Hopefully he's not dead. Hold on. He's going to call right back. 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. Give us a call. Listen, so what's the difference between like a Kentucky Common or any other state common, like I said, a California Common or something like that?
Honestly,
it's definitely just the yeast, or is it the process?
It's
Mash bill?
actually, I mean, the original definition of Kentucky Common, it was called common because it was cheap to make. Like that's when we were making bourbon, so you just basically made a beer out of the bourbon.
Yeah, distillers were making it out of like leftover whiskey ingredients. From
Exactly.
What I've read, right?
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So with the other commons, I'm sure there's some differences in what was being distilled at the time if they're still using the same process.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the yeast at that time, it's kind of interesting. We know very little about yeast. Honestly, it's
and
not
like the history that we knew more about dinosaurs than
yeah,
we do about
I mean,
fucking
I don't
yeast.
know if anybody out there knows about the German purity laws. I mean, yeast
Yep,
wasn't
yeah.
even recognized as an ingredient until recently.
That's crazy.
So,
That's still the oldest law that's still on the books?
Well, actually, so the
Reinheitsgebot, right?
So
That's-
the Pilsners, that's what it's brewed by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we try to stay true to that law with most of our stuff.
I like
Obviously-
the Sam Adams commercial that's promoting that lately. Like they're Reinheitsgebot, and they're promoting like the Sam Adams lager, which is a great beer.
Yeah.
But talking about adjuncts and those are verboten. But then
We
they're
try to
promoting that during summer when there's a
Exactly.
shit ton of adjuncts in.
Absolutely.
Sam's
they
Everyone
design
they
it
can
really
find.
well.
Grains of paradise.
Every
Something
single
I
one.
often use in summer beers, so I'm not throwing
Exactly.
I just find it's funny.
or Bud's purchase of Blue Point, and then they have commercials running saying, "Do you want that blueberry?"
yeah, I know. That was-
Oh, actually,
I
got
love that
funny
one.
one of that
Pumpkin
one.
Yeah, pumpkin peach.
Did you all talk about the corn syrup commercials after?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is
Hilarious.
actually funny.
Sig back in the day wanted to prove that his beer was the best beer in the world, so he had it scientifically analyzed. And
How
when
do
it came-
you-
I just don't ask. I,
All
I,
right.
have, no- I have no damned idea.
One scientist.
Yeah, one scientist
And
in,
then you say whatever
in
you want.
1870s.
Yes.
But the funny part about it was it came out that Lusher's Best, which is what we called it then, contained no injurious metallic objects.
Well, thank
that
goodness
you would
for that.
find if they used corn syrup. I don't know how they got metallic and corn syrup together, but that was the fight they were having back then. It
No,
was still
I
corn
just
syrup.
love that language. No injurious
It's
metallic.
Exactly.
That's crazy weird. I don't know why anyone would.
That's some shit.
That's a
You have
great,
to go
that's
that
a great, That's
far.
a great jumping off point, though.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
Hey,
not
sit
killing
down
you
and-
there's
tonight.
no metal in here that's going to injure you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Not enough.
Our beer won't kill you.
So sit down at a sales meeting and goes, all right, guys, just to lay it all out here, just to let you know,
No one's gonna die.
no one's gonna
all
die.
kosher.
It's just, I mean, just from the beer itself, they're not gonna die. But I mean, they could definitely just jump over. Sorry, did I take it to a weird place? I did.
No, I just got something from Dylan. Said the podcast has been dropping in and out.
Oh,
So, what-row? That's
Well, we are getting close to our cutoff time. We are about 20 minutes away from the time that they're going to drop us regardless. So it happens, especially after the lights went out. I think we're going to have to start to wrap it up because it'll start to get all choppy and bullshitty after we flood their inner tubes with all the bad stuff that they don't want to have us on there. And it's all Facebook. Is he watching on Facebook or YouTube, or where is he watching?
He is, I think he's watching on Facebook right now.
All right, just tell him to jump over to govsradio.com.
tell him yourself. I think Dylan's back on the radio.
Yeah. Tell him to jump over to govsradio.com and see if that's any better. As the word Mike and Pete, who we got back on?
This is Dylan.
Hey, Dylan. What are you saying, buddy? You okay?
Yeah.
You didn't die, right? I mean, everything's fine.
No, I'm good.
All right. Cell phone reception in the Kentucky
Yeah,
area is
sorry
a little
about
rough.
that. Coming all the way from Kentucky.
No worries.
Still tin cans are the best.
That's right. Still got a tree house out in the back with a string.
Believe it or not, yes.
I'm super jealous of
Yeah.
that.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Wait, you said backyard?
fought
What?
for the North.
What's that?
We did.
Really?
That's
You're out of your mind.
a very not very known
Did not
thing.
know that.
Kentucky
Yeah, we fought
fought
for the
for the
North.
Union in the Civil War.
That's correct.
And
Yeah,
we also
sure
were
did.
the vote that freed the slaves.
Yes.
How about that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was
Fucking learn something new every show.
I went
Would
to
not
my-
have expected that would be it.
I went to my second school on the Mason-Dixon line, so I learned a lot of. I was a Gettysburg kind of weirdo. I was always in Gettysburg. I've been there like 15 times. I went through tours, learned a lot about that kind of crap. So it was a crazy time.
Have you
in our
touched your
history.
boob yet?
So Paul's got some
yes.
beer questions now.
Yes, go ahead. So, Dylan, you're on the phone, I guess. You're on the phone. We're not. With
Paul, one of our.
No, it wasn't that. I was going back to touching the boob on the Gettysburg thing. I'm sorry, and I just had an image. I got it. So yes, you're on the phone with.
like a
You're
bag
not on
of
the phone.
sand.
We're on the phone with you. Paul's here in the studio. He's Ghost Brewing in Bayshore. He's opening up in hopefully about a month or two. He had a couple questions for you. So go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, so I know Tim over here was saying that you guys use about like 6 different yeasts in your Kentucky Common. I was just kind of curious, as much as you're willing to share, what those kind of varieties were as far as like types of yeast go that you were using to create those flavors.
Yeah, our house yeast is a Swiss Pilsner yeast.
Okay.
And then it's beyond that a mix of Saccharomyces yeast.
Okay.
Over time, you just let them kind of duplicate and peel off, or are you trying to like find a very specific strain that you want to work with?
No, I'm looking for them to work in harmony within the barrels, and keep a live culture, kind of like a sourdough mixture where
Okay.
you put some in, take some out,
Yeah.
and keep that live culture alive.
And actually, that's a good analogy, Dylan. You mentioned sourdough because we were talking back and forth. It's a sour. Most people think of a sour beer with a flavor profile. It's actually not, right? It's how the chemistry works.
Yeah, it's just how the sugars break down.
Huh.
So, within the barrel, it can get some more complex flavors than if it was in a stainless steel.
So you're
we're
almost
just-
using the barrels as like fooders to a certain degree.
Yeah, basically.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's really
and
interesting.
blending, within barrels, and trying to find different cultures and how they work together. We're a young brewery, but we're trying to figure that out. So.
I was just genuinely curious because, over like the last 8 or 10 years or so, the style had kind of come back. And, as far as like what we were able to like find as far as research up here, it was, it was like, oh no, it was traditionally sour. And then they were saying like, oh no, it's not. And then, so coming from, native Kentuckians, like I was just kind of curious to see like, what your guys' take was on the style and what you guys see as like a true Kentucky common. Because it's always been a style that's intrigued me between that and the cream ales. I mean, I'm a big whiskey, bourbon, fry fan, and
Sure.
beer's made from leftover ingredients of those. It's just my arm too hard. But yeah, like I was just genuinely curious for what.
Yeah,
native
right. Well,
Kentuckians
there wasn't a lot known about the style. Like, unfortunately, there was a lot that was lost to history.
Yeah.
And all we knew was a couple things, and one was a biological test on the beer that said that there was some sort of bacillus in it, which, in the 1900s, there's going to be some sort of bacteria.
Yeah, especially
That
depending on what
doesn't
pub you were getting it
necessarily
at.
mean that it was a sour beer. And so then we, a couple decades later, found an actual recipe from a brewery who was making Kentucky Commons in the 1920s. And it turns out it wasn't a sour beer. It was just a beer for common people that was made quickly and brewed from local ingredients that were cheap at that time, which was the ones the brewery or the distilleries were using, which was corn and rye and barley.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Cool.
It's always great getting a proper history lesson.
Yeah, there you go.
From you can read all the books you want, but hearing it.
Dylan, actually, while you got you on the phone, we were talking kind of in between commercial breaks about the 7-year mead we got going on. Which, by the way, guys, when we do the show again in 2026, we'll bring some of that out.
How much jerky will you have by then?
How many varieties?
I'll be retired by
We got 45 varieties.
That's
crazy.
Dylan, tell everybody a bit about the difference because we got in the discussion about what's a mead, what's a braggot. Evidently, in New York City, New York State, brewers cannot make braggots where we can. So people aren't familiar with the two. What is the difference, and why is ours a braggot, not a mead?
Well, it must be a licensing issue, which is all bureaucratic bullshit. But
Yeah, and like that should be resolved as far as like our end, like this year, like paperwork and blah 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 blah.
Right,
like,
right.
But
yeah, so we put one pellet of hops in a 200-gallon brew, 2 ounces of malt extract to make sure it's within our license restrictions.
Guys, we did this on camera. So we
Seems
can
so
prove it.
silly. Seems so silly. How restrictive do you think that is, and how much nonsense do you think is involved with that?
I mean, it's all nonsense, It's just how much you want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't want
you're playing by the
go
rules.
out there and get a wine license when I can just throw 1 pellet of hops into a kettle and call it a day.
It just sounds so silly when you say it. Just 1 pellet of hops, just plink, and that's
like,
it.
we wouldn't even be able to like get through like those loopholes like up here as far as like the way like the laws are written. But by the end of the year, that should be changed. And
I hope so. That just seems silly. It just all seems
if
very
all
silly.
goes well, I'll be producing a braggot with WA Meadworks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Soon.
And we'll look at and in 7 years you can come try ours. We can put them head to head.
I look for. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, I'm
absolutely.
down.
We're gonna blind
I'm
taste
down.
test.
Dylan,
Bet
the
your ass will be holding on to a case of that for 7 years.
Dylan, the other one other than our the ones we just put up, but the Santa Claus is pretty special. The Santa Claus beer we've got coming out. Now I was trying to explain it to Paul. So you want to do some justice to that because that's your baby.
It's based on the Santa Claus beer that comes out of Austria once a year for Christmas, and it's basically the highest lager, highest alcohol content lager that you're going to find in Europe, but it's for Christmas, and it's almost like a barley wine, or almost a port wine, really.
I like both of
so
those.
we did our version of that in Buffalo Trace barrels. So
Actually, in W.O. Weller barrels, to be specific. That's what I
Yeah.
was telling the guys. Our barrel collection is pretty small, but you've done a great job of taking the flavor profiles and matching those specifically to the barrel that we put them in. So, obviously, they're all Buffalo Trace in one way, shape, or form. The barrels we just got, the George T. Stagg barrels, what are we putting in those again?
that's going to be our pre-prohibition style porter.
Yum.
I'm all about like
Yeah.
whiskey and bourbon and barrels and wood, and I can't wait to have a barrel for
I like the smokiness that it provides. It's a different flavor that you can get from that barrel, infusing into the beer, changing the whole thing, and giving it. Like I said, I like the smoke, just like I like the jerky from that's coming out of there. Some of that.
Can't say I blame you.
Yeah, the smokiness is a great pairing. It's delicious. Dylan, give us the big plug. Give us what's coming up at the brewery. I know I got Tim here to do the same thing. So, from your perspective as the brewer, give me some information about what's coming up. We can find from Sig Lusher.
Tell them the big news.
The big news, breaking news.
Boom, boom, boom.
The big news is we have a big festival coming up for Oktoberfest.
Nice.
On October 28th. And we have confirmed our special guest is Snappy Roots.
Po' boys.
Oh, yeah.
They are going to come in town, brew a beer with us, and
that's so cool.
Serve the beer
hang out with 'em.
on the day. Yeah.
Are you the one that set that up? Are you the one that got that ball rolling?
Is he the one that partied with them all night
I was
long?
going to say, you're the one that smoked multiple joints.
Do you have nappy roots?
Yeah.
Somehow partying like a rock star worked out for me. And
There was a conspiracy theory on how this collaboration came about.
Yeah, I say you had Twinkies at the right time.
Right,
that might be
right.
true too. That's a pretty big get. I was telling Tim before when he mentioned it, how big that is. That's a good national artist coming in, and you have the space for it, and you're gonna introduce some brand new stuff to a brand new audience. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's exactly what we have in mind. So.
One plug: the guys at the Nappy Roots, they're really embracing the craft culture.
Yeah.
What they want to bring is that love of the craft beer to the African American community. That one.
All of that.
All of those things.
Yep.
Part of this is kind of doing that crossover collaboration. In Frankfurt, in particular, we do have a new fermentation and distillation program.
See, it's not so easy. Everyone looks at me like I'm the asshole
It is not
that asks
easy.
questions and but it's not that fucking easy.
Yeah, those words
I'm
have
telling
more
you,
than
Tim.
5 words.
Yes,
5 letters
exactly.
in on it. It's start.
You got to
So
think
anyway,
ahead 10. That's what I've
exactly.
been thinking about.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out well for us. It showcases beer. It gets we got great music coming in. It's hitting the audience they want to hit.
That's great.
And it's really just bringing attention to. It's not just craft beer in quotes, but it's really about good beer making.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. It's we can throw craft all over the place we want.
Attention
It really
to
comes
the
in-
art.
It's make good beer, and most importantly, make good beer that you want to drink with your friends, because beer is about drinking with your friends.
Yes.
As is
Very
evidenced,
true.
as is evident by the empties on his table.
Yeah,
And
fucking
Occasionally
A.
drinking good beer by yourself.
Well, yes,
Don't downplay it,
Pastime
Pete.
I enjoy.
With small children running about.
And a dog.
Everybody wants to talk about you didn't go to this place and wait online for 45 minutes. No, I went down to the bar and sat there for 4 hours and had a great time with my friends. And when you were getting off the line, I was going home to order Chinese food and watch Netflix.
Dockley Lau,
Dockley Lau.
Get some dumplings.
But half a craft beer is drinking what's local wherever you are. The other
Correct.
half a craft beer, in my mind,
Community.
is sitting down, having like consuming that pint and having a conversation.
Mhm.
It's not, oh, did you try this? Did you try that? Oh, let me check it into, this
Untapped
app.
beer
And,
menus,
like this isn't Pokemon. You're not gonna, but you're not gonna drink them all.
No.
So stop.
Try as
and
you might.
enjoy what you are drinking with who you're drinking it
I agree with that. It's a
and
great
take
call.
a breath.
I
Because
never
this
use
isn't
that
Pokemon,
analogy.
this
Because
is-
you're probably never going to find that beer again.
No.
Exactly. And
No,
just
you're not.
Enjoy it with
Enjoy
whoever
it while
you're
you have
having
it.
with whatever conversation you're
Mhm.
having. Like, here we are getting into conversations about Kentucky Commons.
Exactly. And what you just said, Paul, that's like the big takeaway is drink what you like. And if your friends like something else, that's their prerogative. And it's
Fuck
something
'em.
we talk about in Kentucky about how do you drink your bourbon the way you like it.
Yeah.
And if you like that beer, then you like that beer. Fuck you if you try telling me that I don't
With
know what
my
that,
mouth.
Yeah.
I shouldn't like that beer. So
You didn't wait online long enough for that beer to be good.
Yeah, no, exactly.
No, fuck you.
No,
I waited
I
in
have
line
5 of
just
these.
long enough.
Yeah.
Like, there was one person at me at the register at
That's
the
it.
supermarket.
That was it. And then I got my beer and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I cooked a gnarly ass steak, and you were still online. Like, but
That's crazy.
Paul's fired up.
Yeah, he's
I love the enthusiasm.
He's passionate. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
It's like, you fucking kidding me?
I waited online for 45 minutes wearing my most ironic shoes.
Are those 6-inch heels on?
And a
like-
3-speed bike with a wicker basket on the
Yeah.
front.
That's how I carried all my beer back. I don't know how you guys carry your beer back, but I put them in my whiskey basket.
It's organic.
Yeah. It's made of the tears of little.
I hand wove the basket. Does that
Made of the
count?
tears of the small Vietnamese
I
children
was
that
gonna
worked
say
at Nike outlet.
unborn hippies. That's it. So what do you? I'm going to go back to Tim for a second.
Yep.
You have this idea of where you guys are going, what you're doing. Dylan, you could jump in on this too. What's the next stage of the brewery? I know you're looking to distribute. That's why you're up here. Obviously, you're
We
looking
are.
to kind of move it around, get people to kind of turn on to it. We can attest that the Pilsner's delicious because we
don't
drank
sleep
the
on it.
Yeah,
They drank the shit.
We've been
Dylan,
shitting
they drank all the beer.
all of the
Like,
beer.
All the beer.
By the way, TSA.
The
we were-
suitcase wasn't big enough.
Like,
That's exactly
24
what,
pack that just didn't show up.
No,
Or, like,
just pretend like it didn't exist at all.
one sitting. It's all gone.
What do you guys think is that next level for you?
So it is getting it up here. I mean, we've got 2 levels, as most breweries do. They have what you're doing in the tap room and what you want people to make. We're, at the end of the day, brewing is also about making money.
No,
because we kind of like to be doing
no
this
way.
about 10 years from now. So I mean, at the tap room, we keep the things that are interesting. You asked me, Pete, what we have. We only keep 4 taps, but we keep the Pilsner, we keep the 66 always on tap. Dylan does a great job of timing and picking seasonal beers, and then 3 months they're gone. We make just enough for 3 months. Right now we have the pre-prohibition and the Kolsch on tap right now.
I like a good Kolsch. Yeah.
But they're great. And they're great to get people to the tap room. But where we're going as a brewery, quite frankly, at this moment, we can't make enough liquid. So that's the.
It is a common
one of them
problem.
good
It is a
problems.
problem,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a good problem.
But we're fixing that. So we're hoping to be up here in New York. As I mentioned, one of my partners is in New York.
Yeah.
We've always eyed the city and the state, specifically Long Island. That's why I know the great guys out at Great South Bay.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to be here. We've already
dudes
tapped in
over
the
there.
city once. We're hoping to do it very quickly again. And the way our plans are going, maybe by the first of the year, you'll start to see us on tap.
We're excited to see it
that'd be
out and around in the
great.
tri-state area. We really
Can't
are.
wait to crush
Appreciate
this
that.
Pilsner. all
Fuck
day
yeah.
long.
Yeah.
I can crush a lot of them. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Dylan, did I leave anything out? What are your plans other than take over the world? But
I
that's
think
what we
you
do every
covered
night.
it.
Yeah. Let me get back
Ditto.
to my hangout time with the nappy roots. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
Sounds tasty right about now.
All right, Dan, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Thanks
All
for
the way
calling
from
in, man.
Kentucky.
All right.
Pleasure
Thank
talking to
you.
you,
brother. I'll see you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
All right, buddy.
All right. Bye.
Later. Mike, give us the big plug. Give us the round. I mean, we've eaten a shit ton of jerky tonight, I'm going to be honest.
We're going to be at the Craft Classic.
You are.
We are. We're
You're going to be.
there
Listen. Can
hanging
I
out, doing
ask
our
Linda to put us like relatively close to each other?
without a doubt.
Okay. So then we're going to hang out.
We'll do the blow by blow.
Nice. I don't know what that means. All right. So we'll do that.
Go on to 2 Big Jerks.
Depends how much jerky you buy.
Fair enough. It might be a lot of that bacon. There's a
Check
lot,
it out.
and the
Use
buffalo chicken was very good too.
promo code WORT.
Promo code WORT.
Wow.
Get
So
your
$1 off
uh,
your bag
we'll-
of jerky.
We're gonna throw that up on the
Without a doubt.
InfoTubes and throw it out there. So if you type in promo code WORT and you order online, you're gonna save $1 on every bag of jerky that they sell. And where can they find you? Are you what's your website? Your Twitter, Facebook?
It's 2bigjerksjerky.com. On Instagram, we're at 2bigjerksjerky, and let you know where we're going to be, what we're doing, and and that's
Sweet.
it.
I think you said you can find you Great South Bay, hopscotch, obviously.
Yeah, we do a lot of events at Great South Bay. You can get ourselves at hopscotch when you put together your boards.
Some guys beer and soda in Lindenhurst. I think I saw you on the shelves there.
Yes, soda is carrying our stuff in Lindenhurst. Yep, they got a lot of good beer. They got a lot of good jerky in there. So.
And that's what I was saying before about, as soon as Copaig's Fine Fair kind of jumped on the scene, everyone was like, oh, we got to compete with that because they have an enormous variety. And now places like Some Guys have brought in KCBC and Single Cut.
Equally good variety.
Very good selection.
Copaig being those trendsetters.
Yeah.
but Mike at Some Guys, they had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, and he's a very cool guy. I mean, him and his wife were really very
Awesome.
nice.
They're very good people.
We talked for a while, and you saw the sticker that was right there, and you're like, "Oh shit, I'm going to be on that show."
That's it.
So that's awesome. And so you're going to be at the Craft Classic, and we'll see you there, and we'll hopefully hear from you on.
Put your noms on.
Yeah,
that's it.
We'll
there.
We'll talk to you on August 10th, and
Without a
we'll
doubt.
enjoy ourselves.
There you go.
So Paul, let's do this big wrap up here. You're hoping to be open in August.
Yeah, I'm hoping by mid to end of August.
We
Fingers
are
crossed.
going to be
Pre-Labor Day.
Yeah. Anything before you have to stop wearing white, pretty much, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna want to wear white.
No.
Drinking my beers, I promise you that. It's gonna be a
Well,
good time.
unless you drink your beer and then you want to wear your white pants as opposed to your brown pants, if anyone is a Deadpool fan. So
why do you have white pants? You should not own white pants.
Well, yeah. Should wear his red pants. When you open, where can people find you?
Initially, right off the bat, it's just gonna be at the tasting room. I would say within a couple of weeks, we're gonna be out and about between all the proper craft beer bars on Long Island. I know I've got a loose knit little tap takeover planned for Patchogue between Barbecue Hoptron and Great South Bar over there. So yeah, there'll be a little
Hoptron's
homecoming for me,
good place,
because I do still live in Patchogue, and there's gonna be a fun little tap takeover there.
That'd be cool.
Once Ghost is open up and ripping, hopefully sometime
definitely
in September,
post
so.
that and let us know.
Oh,
we're gonna be out there.
When we're opening up, I'm gonna be screaming from mountaintops. Everyone's gonna know.
We'll know.
You could bet your ass on
We'll
that.
know.
So.
And connections, contacts, website. Where can people find you?
Ghostbrewco.com and Instagram and
it's gonna be
Facebook
gross.
are Ghost Brewco as well. So.
Okay. Grass, is you?
Paul.
Oh,
Yo, what's up, Jim?
I just
Jimmy and
spoke
from
to the
Lionheart.
town
Going live.
councilman. You ain't-
What?
Paul.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
just spoke to the town councilman. They're not fucking okaying you till December. I'll get my fucking Santa Claus.
He's not waiting for the
We
town.
already have our CO, so that's not what I'm waiting on. But we're good. But thanks, Gratz, though. I appreciate it.
On top of that, I love he calls you Gratz. It's the best.
I'm taking over Dan Moss's
There you
spot
go.
now.
Love it.
Take care,
Graz,
Gratz.
Every way, shape, or form.
Graz, let her go. Her parents love her, and they miss
Yes.
her.
I can hear
I
her
know, Pete.
wheezing in the back. Come on.
I love you.
Bye, buddy.
See you, Grass.
Bye.
He's the best. And this is the Word with Mike and Pete. So thanks, everyone, for coming in. We appreciate all your
having us.
time.
Thanks
and
so much from near and far.
obviously the ridiculous amount of beer that you guys brought in. I think Kevin and Eric they ate so
Wandering
much
about.
egg sandwiches from the deli next door. I think they're ready to
Yeah,
pass
you
out.
guys don't have egg sandwiches. That's
I
right.
know. Well,
Welcome to Long Island.
Yeah. It's all about the egg sandwich.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup,
so good.
and butter.
And butter?
Yeah.
Oh, I do a little sprig-
Minus the SBK, add home fries. I'm all
Okay.
there.
He
All
makes
right.
beef jerky. Didn't think there's to be butter on that.
That's a good point. That's a great point. This is Wort with Mike with Mike and Pete, GubsRadio.com. We appreciate for calling in. We're gonna thank Mark and Dennis, Graz 15 times whenever and showing
Francilla.
up, and Francilla
And
for
James.
winning the tickets.
James from RBQ.
for calling in, and of course, you actually can check us out. I'm gonna say tonight. You know why I'm going to say tonight? Because
'Cause
by
is it already
tomorrow,
after
I'm going to
midnight?
get the podcast out there and people can listen to the 5.5-hour podcast that we did. We're going to be live at 27A tomorrow, a week
Yay.
before their opening. We had them on the show back in January, February time or so.
Earlier than that.
Yeah, it was probably early in the run. You're right. And we're going to go back into the brewery, do a live brewery show with them tomorrow for a few hours. Hang out, try some of the new beer that they're going to come out with in their opening, and you guys can check it out on GubsRadio.com. You can check it out on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter. The Wort, a podcast. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Anyone have anything else to say?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Visit your local brewery. Don't forget to have your cat or dog spayed or neutered.
We appreciate it. This is the Word with Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. We out like a motherfucker.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again. This has been the Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.